right. Welcome to the PokerGO studios at the Aria Casino and Hotel. We've got a very special live stream set up for you today. Foul Territory, BetMGM Poker, and Aria and PokerGo are hosting Big League live stream. And I'm here with a very special guest, Scott Braun, in the booth with me. Welcome to the show.
Hi, TJ. I am very excited to be here. Wow, we are experiencing some history. We've got some big names. The first time that we're doing this in Vegas, we did this once in Atlantic City, and as you can see on the screen, we've got some gamers. Eric Kratz has an online trophy on a BetMGM game about a year ago.
These guys from the baseball diamond to the poker felt, they're going to be bringing their A games today. We'll go through the lineup here. Legends of the baseball game, Gary Sheffield and Andruw Jones are sitting there in the 3 seat and the 4 seat. You know these guys pretty well.
Oh yeah,
I'm guessing.
Both of them should be Hall of Famers. I think both eventually get in. Jones maybe next year.
Dexter Fowler, AJ Pierzynski. When we ran this up in Atlantic City, AJ, he showed some game.
And I don't know if I put fake odds on it, but I would have said like plus 1,200 on AJ to win. I mean, this is a guy who should be ranked pretty low on the list in terms of his experience, but he shocked the world. Dylan Betances is a borderline pro in poker, and AJ took him down.
I've seen some great plays from him. I remember the hand that he busted. AJ went with ace high, if I remember right, against a flush draw up there. So I feel like today that's the story within the story. Dylan going for some revenge against AJ, and he's got the seat to do it just on his left. It's going to be a sit-and-go tournament today. So one winner, you've got to play until you get all the chips. And you know what we're playing for today? $25,000 winner-take-all, and the players have agreed to give it to the charity of their choice.
Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, they're very excited about this. Super generous by BetMGM to put this all together. And trust me, these are charitable guys. They are also super competitive.
They want to win.
Yes, they really do.
And we're going to see, look at setting the tone early. Kratz opens up sixes, and Colton Wong says, I'm playing the first hand. I don't care what my cards are. Is this blackjack? No. We're playing some poker. The 8-3 of clubs gets in. I grew up in St. Louis, and I'm very excited that Colton Wong is on the stream today.
Fresh off the field.
Yeah.
I mean, Colton Wong retired in the last few months in terms of his announcement. Kevin Pillar is technically still active. He's not on a team right now, but he still might play at some point this year. So these are guys that are really fresh off the field. Dylan's a couple years away from his last big league game. And Dexter Fowler retired a couple years ago, who I'm sure you know well from watching Cardinal games.
Very much, yeah. It's just, this is so cool. When worlds collide like this with poker and professional sport, you see the way these athletes who are super competitive bring that competition to the felt. And I've seen a lot of professional athletes who retire from their game merge into poker just because it allows them to continue to pursue that spirit of competition.
Eric Kratz is a perfect example. I mean, so is Dylan Betances, but they play often.
We got top pair versus top pair. Jack 10, Jack 10. Six is looking for a miracle, but the case Jack comes on the turn. Trips, Pillar, and Fowler both loving this card. Little do they know they've got the same hand and very likely heading to a chop.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Somebody said from the beginning he's bluffing.
I didn't get to talk to Kevin as much as some of the others before, so I don't know what his experience level is. I did get a little smirk. A little smirk from him when he saw another jack pop up.
There's the threes. Well, backdoor flush comes in, might be slightly worrisome or kill some action, but I don't think these guys are going to shy away from putting chips in the pot with three of a kind.
It was like you had to get like.
We're not going to talk a whole lot of in-depth poker strategy today. These guys are going to do a lot of the talking, and we'll shut up to let you hear their talking when it's appropriate.
Split it.
Oh,
split it, he says.
Great hand. Look just like mine.
Bro, I can't see shit from here.
The format that we do with these, like I said, this is a tournament style, so the blinds are going to increase throughout the day. We're starting with 200,000 chips in our starting stack, and you play until one guy has them all.
But when he put that, you had to know he had a jack too.
But I'm saying, like, you don't know. I thought he had a flush.
Maybe.
Was flush beat that or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was stupid. Y'all don't know what wins.
No, flush beats trips.
It does. It does. But I
Did
think
someone miss?
I think he was worried that like, oh, a flush beats a trips. That was stupid that I was betting with a flush
That's
out.
what I need though, for real.
Yeah.
By no means was that stupid. That was well played.
Yeah, it was.
For real. I just knew that was good. And I knew we had one bet.
We had a good jack.
So now I know you just like your hand. You don't look at the options.
I don't care.
They're already getting each other's heads.
This is what I'm talking about. With our show, Foul Territory, we try to take people inside the conversations in the clubhouse and on the team planes and all of that. So for us, cards are a big part of how guys kill time when they're on the road. But you want to hear what's happening.
Right.
This is our chance.
Well,
We've got them all mic'd
for
up
the
in
public
a
to see.
beautiful studio.
Glasses on, like you know.
Who's in your opinion, it could be one of these guys or anybody else, the best poker player in Major League Baseball, retired or active?
All in.
All in. He didn't know his options.
Sounds familiar.
I mean, from the people that
It
I
didn't look like he
know,
was gonna lose.
Dellin is probably
Okay.
leading the charge. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that I've spoken to who's at that level.
Well, Dellin seems very comfortable in the felt. Just feels like he's in his element here.
I think Greg Maddox is a pretty active poker player, and I believe that he lives here a good chunk of the year.
Okay, that makes sense.
We had some conversations. I think he had a conflicting event, so he could be part of the mix in the future.
Action flop here. We've got Jones with middle pair and a gut shot up against Pierzynski's 2 overs in the open ender. Likely heading for a confrontation between them. But this is a limped pot, so anybody can have anything.
Yeah.
That is AJ's style. He's very nonchalant with everything that
You
he does.
just staying on every hand.
You wanted to
That-
raise, didn't you, AJ?
He will
You just staying on
he
every
will
hand.
act like he's
No, you
not
put it
paying
out there,
attention or
it's
he's
just a
chatting
call.
with everyone. He knows what he's doing.
He's locked in.
He is a very smart
Matthew's
man.
supposed to help me. See, now I really don't.
Well,
know
he
what
does
I'm
take the
doing.
lead on the
I
jack turn.
really don't know what I'm doing.
Top pair still has the open ender and has a hammer lock on
What
this
is this
one.
thing?
Okay.
See, it's a I'll do a casual flip
What does
as
that
I'm
do?
chatting.
And he knows exactly what he's
He
doing.
does. We'll say some
Told time to one.
Yeah.
inside knowledge on
Can't get Dex
stamina
out. He like his
poker
hand.
players.
He don't
AJ
care
is
about the
probably
options. He like
the
his
most
hand.
tired. I would put AJ and Sheffield towards
There
the
you
top there.
He drove
Chef had some
15
travel
minutes.
issues, but made it in time. AJ's coming from calling a game on Fox and then had another event after that, so I think he's working at like 3 hours of sleep.
Oh boy, yeah, he's a true
No, I didn't
professional.
call
Still
the
taking
card,
down
right? I had a
pots.
7 right here. This would have been all it is, a 10
Yeah, I get the queen.
or a 6 or a 6.
He didn't call the call. I like it. Don't listen to him. He ain't never won the World Cup like that.
That's fine.
Hey,
I just won my other one. I'm good. I'm playing my house money right now.
you right.
You were
he
playing
never
with
won
house
the
money
World
when you
Series
walked
of
in,
poker.
too.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm guessing these guys know
You
that
ain't got no
Dylan's a pretty good
bracelet?
player.
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah.
It's been
Not yet.
discussed
Like
quite a
golf.
bit,
A lot of people don't have
which
Soon we
puts a
gonna have-
target
You want
on
the
his
real
back.
one?
For sure. Yeah, and they're all kind of like looking to him for like right after the
I got a
hand
golden bat.
You got
for
a golden
criticism
bat.
or
Yeah.
approval
You
and
might
that
have
sort of thing.
silver
bat. How did I play
Okay,
this?
exactly.
You
could love to see it.
I think you'll see everyone play differently against Dylan.
Same.
Kratz
I never get
is
a
a
gold
say it
card.
with your chest, and he's got some experience at this point kind of player. But the rest of them might be hesitant if
Yeah.
Dylan tries to bluff his way to some pots.
That intimidation
Andruw
factor.
let me borrow one of his.
It happens in the poker world too when you sit down with some of the, one of poker's superstars. Even if you're a competent player, even if you know
Dax don't-
exactly what you're
Dax
doing, it's
don't
still
fall.
like, oh god, I don't want to mess up. I want to play well, especially if I'm playing against him. So I imagine the same thing's happening here.
Yeah, they're not going to make as many mistakes.
Split these?
Can I split these?
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking KB. KB's like, I'm fiending.
I check it.
Kevin, you played this year, didn't you?
Yeah, like 6 weeks ago. It's so much better on this side, though.
It's easier, isn't it?
Less stressful.
Yeah.
Different stresses. But I don't like wake up thinking about who's pitching.
Okay,
So
but
nice.
Dylan's going to show a little bit of initiative here with just queen high on the double pair board.
First year's the-
He might not know this, but it's the best hand.
No, first year's the hardest because it's
Golden's going to come along with his open ender.
This
I think that was just
is one thing. I done
that
came
wasn't
this far. I got to see.
here.
Yeah, because I remember last year you said you
Got to see.
I just
Sheffield's going to put some
They
chips
don't
in
face it.
with a gutter
Hey,
ball.
you get that heart. That's what you're looking for.
Speculation
That is.
all
You
around the
get stuck if you're
table.
going for that heart.
And Fowler comes in. Oh boy,
Oh, it is shame.
I talked to a lot of
this is
people.
an action card.
Dex
Like 100.
doesn't
That's
even
top
know
pair
what
for
he's
Sheffield.
looking
That's the
And I got
nut
that
straight
point, too,
for Wong, and a bottom end of the straight for Fowler.
He's waiting for someone else to bite with a raise here. What's Colton doing?
Basically just going to spring training. Like
There we go.
He does slip it to Betances. I'm guessing Colton
It BP a
going to
couple
put in
times
the
and be like,
call.
do
On
I
the double
still
pair
like it?
board,
Or, like,
lots of full houses out
I was a
there.
little uncertain.
But he
so
hit the best card in the deck.
I don't like the
Oh,
way
he
my
does
year
raise it.
ended,
He
like,
check raises
late, but at least
Betances.
I, like,
He knows exactly what he's got.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm just happy I went back. I went to spring.
You can say, he says, I'll let you have it.
Good
For Colton.
I gotta
Wow,
feel y'all
well
out.
played.
What do you have?
Binks the
I gotta
magic
feel
eight.
y'all out.
Wait, he won or you folded?
Look at that
Because
face.
what do you have?
Oh, he folded.
He got me out.
Colton just
Man.
huffed and
Oh,
puffed.
good
It's not real.
players.
It's not real
Tell 'em
money.
good players.
It's not real money.
He's got a lot
Good
of
players.
What a start for
Oh,
Colton.
that's
It's like he
great.
just turned the double play to end the inning right there.
Damn, see, I lost.
Well, welcome to all you. We're live all over the place on the PokerGo YouTube.
Talk.
KP was killing with Toronto. What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry.
That dude was
little
a headache
action.
for the Yankees.
Sweet hat by
Superman.
Kevin Pillar, too. He's got a
Met
nice
somebody this
little
week that was like,
cowboy thing he's rocking today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know Kevin Pillar.
Where'd you meet her?
It wasn't her. Dude,
Where is this?
out in Danuba, California.
It was a big league live stream. Like we said, we ran it up at Borgata
Yep.
in Atlantic City, and it's for the first time happening in Las Vegas. Little insight about, background. How does something like this come together? How do we put these lineups together?
That's who they're going with?
So we take a little bit of our core. Our show is live every day on a number of different TV channels across the country, YouTube, sometimes streaming live on Twitter, a bunch of different platforms, podcasts. It's become the most listened to show / podcast in baseball by YouTube subscribers and by TV distribution. So that's AJ Pierzynski and Eric Kratz. I'm happy to be a little point guard sidekick, just passing the rock to them.
I don't know how they're going to.
And then these are either some people that we've had frequently on the show or friends of friends in our little baseball community that we decided to invite. Thought would be the right fit. It seems like all of them know what they're doing to an extent too, right? Like you give a check. Nobody said, hey, I have no idea how to play. It would have been fine to have a newbie or two to see how it fares, but all of them have hit the felt a decent amount over their lifetime. So we wanted to get a good mix of some recent players fresh off the field, which is something that we do. We had 2 players that just retired in the last month. Guest hosting last week with Merrifield and Ross Stripling, who were both invited and had conflicts. But Lance Lynn is another frequent guest on our show, Cardinals guy, and he wanted to come at an event. So this was the group that we ended up with, which is a star-studded group. I mean, you can see Gary Sheffield's numbers can be put up with almost anyone. Over 500 career home runs. He played 20-something seasons. He was a superstar bat for a long time. And Andruw Jones, same thing. I mean, he was called up, I think, at age 19, playing in the World Series with the Atlanta Braves in the 90s. Ended up with, I don't remember what the final number was, but at least 400-something homers. I mean, these are star VIP names in baseball.
This feels like just watching a home game, or these guys having a night off on a road trip or something. That's the vibe I'm getting here, which is very cool.
Let's play.
Last time we did this, we had a couple characters
By this time last game, we had
I would say are even more
We had 3 all-ins.
eccentric, unfiltered. Doug Minkiewicz, Brett Myers is a hoot.
It's still early, and some guys have reached into the bottles of wine. So who knows what might happen tonight?
So last time around, who was there that actually owns a vineyard in California? That's his full-time job, a former player, Joe Blanton.
Okay.
So he brought a few blends, and
that sounds like
the guys were having a great time. Yeah. 3 hours in, it was really some good commentary.
Interesting hand here. Sheffield's got the top pair against the flush draw from Pilar.
You can't take that man money.
Every time I got a hit, they were like, "Oh, throw it out. I think it's first." How long it was between my hits.
That ruined it. Though when they took that meal money away from us, that ruined it. Man.
Ruined it.
The games weren't as good anymore.
I quit getting called up.
The flush does come in for Pilar after calling the raise. Sheffield's top pair down in flames. How much will he ask for? 20,000 looks to be reaching very quickly. He's going to see the bad news.
What was it? What is it?
When you're in the minor leagues, you got called up. You got 7 days. You
Jack
got like
4.
I don't know how much it was, but
Dang it.
BetMGM Poker's got an exciting series going on here at Arena. The championship event just started today. 1A, got 2 starting fights and a $3 million guarantee. A lot of good things happening with BetMGM. They're all over the place these days.
I got called up 5 times.
And some of these guys are going to be playing the championship event.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them will be there tomorrow.
Well, if you want to follow along with all that action, follow BetMGM Poker on Instagram. Just stay plugged into our live events, the online series, non-stop cash game action, from big winners to behind-the-scenes content. It's all there. Don't miss what's next. I'm sure you're going to see exciting stuff from this stream popped up on all their socials, as well as the championship event over here in Aria. Are you hopping in the championship event as well?
I am.
Oh my
I am
gosh.
hopping in. So I remember the first time we entered a championship event. I think it was the same one 2 years ago. It was myself and one of our other co-hosts, Jason Kipnis. He was chip leader.
Oh, you're going to be calling it
Say
out for
6 to 8 hours into day 1, which
Wow.
is impressive.
That's a big deal.
I didn't know his game at all.
Yeah.
And so there was some media coverage around it. Hey, who's this guy jumping in? Recently retired player. Made it, I think, deep into day 2. Finished in the money. So a nice run. We'll see if anyone from this group can put together a run like that. But that was the first event we ever did. And then I think that was part of the realization of maybe we have something here with our baseball crew and BetMGM on the poker side.
This synergy. And by the way, we mentioned the $25,000 check. In the back corner over AJ's head, we're also playing for a golden baseball helmet. That goes to the winner as well. That's a cool prize.
That's a really cool prize. Last time it was the golden bat. AJ has it in his studio down in Florida, which I spend about half the year in, so I get reminded frequently what that bat is for.
He would love to set a helmet right next to it in that studio to just
Exactly.
defend his title.
He will play it cool and nonchalant as long as he can, but if he wins,
I promise you I don't gamble.
he will let everyone know about it until we have another one. Because he's been doing it.
So I'm guessing these other guys really want to take that crown from him so they don't have to put up with that for another 7
No
months.
doubt. Yeah.
I do play dominoes.
That's gambling.
But that don't mean he don't know how to play, though.
I don't know how to play. I don't play poker.
Now, when you say that,
Oh, so there you go. Dexter Fowler might be the most beginner of the crowd.
Yeah.
No,
He said, I don't gamble.
she was calling out
And they
the-
said, you play dominoes? He said, I play dominoes. He's like, that's gambling.
I don't like counting.
And he did have to do a check on a previous hand, right? He was checking
That's
on
a
the
lot
flush
going on
versus
up
the
there.
Right,
trip.
what beats what, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all them good cards don't mean nothing.
Dante's, his top pair saw
Ooh, that was a fast
the
call.
king give Villar 2
You
pair.
had a jack. That was
And the favorite takes another hit. He started with 200K
Man.
all the way down to
He's hot,
129.
man.
To see how they play. Look,
Not a
I'm
great
giving you-
start for the odds-on
hot.
favorite.
We tip
You
the
want to
dealer
borrow
here. I'm
some
going to tip you
5,000?
5,000.
Body language there, already counting down. What am I down to? How is this
staying
happening?
quiet.
These
Yeah.
guys are beating me?
On the radar.
There's also
change
a
up the
pride
deal.
level where
One of them
Dylan
little
needs
shuffles
to
over
stick
here.
around for a little bit of
Sure.
time,
Yeah.
even if
There's
he
a little dry
doesn't
over
win.
here.
He can point to,
It's a little dry.
Does
Getting
not
the
want
right
to be the
cards.
first one out.
I would say really within the first 3, he'll hear it.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the guys know how good he is.
Man.
Should have folded the river.
This is live?
I know you have
that
a king. I
motherfucker
just got
Maybe.
Oh, you can see what it is.
Thank you.
You're right. We're on video here. I could
Yeah,
definitely
you gotta
see
see what it is.
With the spin.
it. By the time the video's out, I might be out though. You know.
You might be able to start commentating. Kratz did last time. I did. I was out.
That is true. Kratz
Yeah,
was
right.
early
He
out,
cooked me.
and he joined us
I got you, bro.
last time around.
Incredible.
This is your chance to get your lick back.
One more, sir.
Nobody wants to be the first out in a format like this. They want to hang out with their friends,
Raise it.
play as long as possible.
gotta
Oh, look at Sheffield coming in with
6.
pocket kings.
6,000.
6,000.
Min raise.
Blinds have gone up to 3K.
Call, right?
Call.
Call.
Pierzynski's going to set mine, and Betances is taking
I don't know. 'Cause-
the great
no.
price he's getting in the big blind with 8-7 off. Sheffield goes 4 ways with Cowboys. He is still the favorite to win, but not by much against 3 other players.
Doggy.
Lee.
Kings known as the ace magnets.
Again?
But if you have to see an ace, you'd rather see 2 of them. Makes it less likely your
bullets.
opponent holds one. I'd love to see Sheffield stick around. Can't fold to just one bet.
Call.
Good move. Pierzynski's trying to play bully here. He just bets into 4. He's going to fire again.
Bad spot.
He's not scaring Gary, though.
I'm surprised he didn't re-raise him there.
Will he find the magic 3 on the river? No, he doesn't. And will he give up or fire again?
It ain't real money. Just throw it in.
See, and knowing AJ, it's a tough spot. He's going to check now. Wow.
He does check. Is Gary going to go for value? The flush draw
There's a
miss.
threshold, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to decide what's going to call you.
Wait, why would he check just now?
Can't beat that.
Probably a little scared, I would guess, but also you have to ask yourself, like,
Not the way he bet the second time.
he's
I
telling
know,
us.
but I ain't gonna. I thought he was setting me up.
There you go. That's why.
So
Thought he was laying the trap.
He's raising.
Play first. So
I told you,
Slip
Pauses
it over
on
to
the river
Yeah.
to see if he would raise him and then go back at him.
So if, let's say AJ actually had the hand he was pretending to have, like an ace-10 or something like that. He bets twice, gets called twice. There's 2 spades on the board. It kind of looks like Sheffield might have a flush draw, and the flush draw doesn't come in. So if Sheffield did have missed spades, he's slipping the rope to try to bluff at it. Because if he had spades, he's not going to call it back anyway.
Right.
How could he know he has pocket kings? There's no way. So probably what he was thinking, like, and a little bit of, you know, what else is going to call me? If my opponent has a hand worse than kings, are they really going to pay off another bet on the river? Decided to play it safe. If he bets and he gets check raised there, he just hates his life because now he doesn't get to see the showdown.
First hand actually hasn't played.
He trying to drink.
I don't know Chef's game as well, but
What you got there?
played it safe.
A lot of people get to the river and it's like, there's enough chips in the pot, check. You know, and they don't go for that. It's really a sign of a very good poker player is when they go for thin value on the river because it's scary. You know, there's so many chips in the pot. Got to go for that extra value. The river is where you make all your money. And unless you're Colton Wong, when you flop trips against top pair of Gary Sheffield.
Wow.
A confrontation, a setup ham. You see Wong's face when he got raised. Ooh. And Betances, by the way, has a flush draw.
Just want to see how you're playing. That's it.
Sees a bet and a raise and decides to come along with the 5-high flush draw.
This might
So
be the
this
most
isn't over
interesting
yet.
hand.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna go. I think it's got to go high now.
Oh my
It's gotta
gosh.
go high.
The favorite runs down both better hands and makes a flush.
He's going to let them battle a little while he's got the upper hand.
They're piling money in. Why not?
Oh, they're in trouble.
Oh, here he goes. Betances shoves. Colton Wong has 3 deuces.
How much you got? How much you got over there?
Don't chase that.
Oh, Colton.
Sheffield's asking how much he's. Wow, good fold from Wong. That is tough.
How much you got in there?
By the way, Sheffield has the ace of clubs, so this hand is not over.
50,
He could hit a
you got
queen,
72.
another deuce, or any of the remaining clubs except for the 5 of or the 6 of clubs, which would be a straight flush. So 23% at the bottom left corner of your screen. That's his odds of winning this hand if he puts the remaining chips in. But that's not what you want to, the odds you want to have when you put all your chips in the middle.
Put the pressure on, you know what I'm saying? Gotta play the bad cards. That's what KP said. Play the bad ones, boy. Oh, we hit that flush.
I got to do it. I can't walk away from this.
Wow.
He's in there. Now, Betances is at risk.
Count all that up.
Sheffield has him covered. Betances could be the first one out. If we see a club, queen, or deuce hit the river.
Straight flush.
Oh, he got an ace, though. That was that. I wanted the ace. That's what I wanted. With a
The live outs at the top of your screen, the ones that are faded have been folded. So 7 cards give Sheffield the win.
I needed that ace. That's what I was doing. 6 wouldn't.
Yeah,
you do have.
Club.
I'm nervous for Dellen. Wow.
My heart's saying.
By the way, Colton Wong would have made a full house if he hung around, and he would have eliminated Betances, but he did fold his trip deuces.
Who won?
And Betances gets the much-needed double. He goes from short stack to second in chips with that big pot.
That's a beautiful house.
A little bit.
That was smooth. That was a little smooth. I ain't know who played. I was like, I thought he would.
You get money.
Dylan knows what he's doing.
Did Colton say?
He said, does a flush beat a full house?
Your hands like that.
Because he had a full house.
Did anyone give him a good answer?
I think he leaned over to Kratz on his right and asked him.
Kratz knows.
Yeah, Kratz would have
Just
told
like
him
that,
to.
you're right back in the lead.
I thought I was.
Hey, you black.
Because yeah, but
Sometimes you gotta.
Dallin
He's
played that well.
Well, he's lucky that Colton. What we've seen from Colton might be a newer player, like willing to gamble. Flopping trips is really hard to get away from. He has 3 of a kind. He made a great fold, but if he just clicked the call button, Betances is out of here, and a full house on the river would have won the whole pot.
3 of a kind.
Yeah.
But you know when that
He knows. He's talking to Kratz about
I
it.
was like, I knew he had
he's got the flush. He's
knew it.
already got the flush on the board.
no doubt about
The
it.
chance that what had it come out? 4, queen. That's tough.
Perfect analysis.
Yes.
Nailed the situation exactly. And still, sometimes you make the right decision and you get punished. Welcome to poker.
Exactly. I think Kratz made him feel better.
Played yet?
Yeah.
I played.
It's bleeding.
It's down. I'm bleeding. I'm trying to stay there.
Slow grind.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to have another glass of wine, but you know, what I mean, apparently.
You can still have him even if you're out.
Yeah, I think. You think it was a Western Angel?
I think he's right. I don't think we've seen Jones put a chip in the pot.
No, he's chilling.
Jose all day.
He's fine. I mean,
my
he's
Sunday,
basically
man.
Yeah,
close
take-
to
it's
what he
still
went in
something.
with.
Be patient.
You're
Yeah.
at the pool right now.
Yeah,
There's never any Mondays for you.
no, I don't know.
We're starting to learn about
Always.
the level of
There's
each
always
player
something.
here.
We let him be on our phone.
For the ones that we don't know about.
coming with
Andrew
some
Jones, I have no
You just can't
idea.
go like this.
Zero clue. Nothing to go off
You
of.
can have your phone over.
He's just feeling everyone out.
I feel like Betances is kind of
I mean,
taking this very casually so far, but he has a switch he can flick,
like this table.
which just turns it on.
Yeah. I just
When
didn't
these
know.
pots get bigger, he's going to lock
What he's
in.
doing.
Yeah, not really much bluffing from him yet.
I'm gonna give you this one. I'm gonna give
Big fold from Betances with top pair, and it's a good one because Sheffield has trips.
you
With the AirPods on like this, playing.
Another pot for Sheffield, that one was very needed
playing twice.
after taking the big hit.
got
So
one
he's
there?
our short stack with 84K, but 30 big blinds or so to work with, 28 of them.
I did.
That's enough. He
Okay,
he can get it
You're right.
back. We want to see the legend hang
3-5
around.
suited.
I had a good hand there.
Yeah.
I just. there's
You
a
just
couple,
were afraid.
couple players after me. I don't know if they have a 5. Sneaking in the account and
They did.
putting on my tips.
I'll give you credit. You did it. You went for it.
I think it was the alcohol. Once I got the alcohol.
You had some nerves.
Liquid
Started
courage.
getting cards now.
Betances is willing to put it in with 5-3 of clubs.
See you later.
Got the cards a little looser. Alcohol.
Yeah, we getting some cards, man.
It's over to you, sir.
Oh, it's on me?
1,000, yes.
I forgot what I
Trey K.
Yeah. Call.
Raise to 6,000.
Well, what? Can you do that before I put my money
I,
on
I
there?
had it in hand. I was trying to give you a little
Leeway.
inclination.
See, I think you're only going to have a few players that are rolling with a pre-flop
You could put it in.
raise
No, in terms of like 26,000.
strategy.
Did he go?
We've seen a lot of limped pots, you're right.
Yeah, I think Dellin will do that often, which he just did, and
should've
it
checked.
pissed off
I can't
AJ.
check them.
No, check
You'll
the-
see
check
that
the umpire.
from Kratz.
Did he go?
No, I went.
I don't Yeah. know.
About too much
I
else,
just wanted
unless
the
there's,
slider.
you know, a big pocket
No more KP.
suited coming in.
No more.
Yeah, I think we saw Sheffield raise king-king, if I remember right. So, like, if it's a very
Yeah.
strong hand, they'll put a raise in. Otherwise, let's see a flop. That sort of attitude.
Right, pocket face card, something like that. Otherwise, they want to see it.
I checked.
Pierzynski flops best with bottom pair,
I'm
but
so glad I didn't have to play in
the
that baseball
ace
game.
comes out, which is scary for everyone. Not a card anyone wanted to see.
Man.
Somehow,
threw one out.
Pierzynski's still in the
Okay,
lead
you know,
with
every throw I
his
threw
pair
out.
of threes.
Check.
I don't think he knows that.
I had 3 years without.
Oh.
Check.
I love the on the river for the inconsequential A's.
Right,
Small
no one
pot.
has it.
Thank God they didn't have one.
Wonder if
It was
Dellin
82.
tries
I
to.
think Sheffield's going to bluff it. No, he doesn't. He was thinking about it.
79, that would have been.
AJ, look, there he goes. Good for him.
If I throw 79,
Too
I'm
many
like,
checkings.
Who was throwing the hardest? Jefferson?
He's right.
Jeff,
Too
like
many
it.
check-ins.
And he's not wrong. However, when you
Jackson.
bet here, You're trying to get called by a worse hand. Maybe you could get called by King High, I suppose, but there's no other pairs out there that could give you some value. So he's just when you bet into these guys, like maybe one of them has like a 9. They're like, oh yeah, I have a pair, and then you just lose 10 pairs. When you could have just checked and taken down the prize.
True.
All the Latin play.
I don't hate it. He was probably pretty confident he had the best hand after just seeing check around, check around, check around. The bet doesn't really accomplish too much besides maybe he doesn't want them to know that he played 6-3. So now he gets to take down the pot without showing his cards.
Right.
He did that shit last time, remember?
Contreras like 60.
He is big on not revealing
time.
too much of his strategy. That was a big conversation from last time to this go-round. That he felt as if people would know his style, and I'm like, I don't think so. I think you can pull your same strategy here with a group that is different besides 2 others, right? So there are not a lot of carryovers from our last go-round here.
There he is.
God, that dude almost died, bro, in Cooperstown. His kid.
Frankie Baseball in the chat says AJ cannot win again.
He knows.
Impossible.
He was going down, at Cooperstown, like the golf area. Have you played that? Yeah. So, like, on the back, so, I go across the street?
Yeah.
So he's going to the last hole, and there's that hill that goes down this way?
Yeah.
It's wet, and he goes, and he starts spinning.
Oh, boy.
And it was about to flip. I was like, oh! And it went and he slid over, and it went down. He was like, check. I was like, this dude was going to, he was going down the hill, like, he spun like 3 or 4 times. And then the cart went like this, and went back down like this. And I was like, he almost died. Check.
Jimmy Bluffett, legend in the chat. He's just in every single live stream that exists in the poker world.
He got
moderator. He disagrees. He says his money is on AJ, the former catcher.
I called him.
Wow.
You still throwing? He was like, yep.
Based on past experience?
There you go.
What do you think, Jimmy Bluffett? You just like AJ because he's the defending champion, or you're a fan of him as a player? Nice to see you in the chat. Thanks for being
I
here.
got like $2 from that.
I was surprised.
I'm not.
I threw him one straight.
I was like, Ray, 2,000. I'm gonna put another one and see how it goes.
I'm 4,000.
Yes, sir.
2 and 4.
For those of you recently joining us, wondering what you've stumbled upon, thank you for being here. This is the Big League live stream presented by Foul Territory BetMGM and
You ain't never had no cutter.
PokerGO. We're happy you're here. It's a sit-and-go tournament, winner-take-all, $25,000 purse up top, and the players have agreed to donate that money to a charity of their individual choice.
About 40 feet.
So former baseball players, some of them retired very recently, some of them decades out of the game now, but all legends of the game taking their talent to the poker felts for our entertainment and for the benefit of charity.
No, this is like after you retired.
Oh, no.
They do
one
they
time.
do the thing y'all do now.
And a good reminder, yeah, there's a few different spots
would come, and Jeremy Guthrie
on
showed up.
YouTube.
He's like, everyone's like kind of lobbing it up there.
where we're running this stream. So Foul Territory and the BetMGM chat, I just hopped in, and now heading to the PokerGo YouTube channel.
Jeremy's crazy.
Jay Guts is
He's crazy.
training for it. I
Jay
told
Guts- Jay Guts
myself
is
a month before this East-West Classic, I'm like, I'm gonna start just playing catch. I don't want to show up and feel like crap.
Jay Guts.
Jay Judge
I
is
didn't
crazy.
play.
Jay Guts is
Every day that passed by, I'm like,
race.
Yeah, okay.
I don't
You
know.
were right. Kratz being one of those that's going to raise pre-flop.
And that's what my son
my
is.
son-
The
I'll throw BP to my kid.
Yeah,
My
that's
son
insane.
is 6, so I
Going to
can't.
get action from Sheffield. I would imagine Fowler
son's
and
5.
Pilar are probably going to come along as well based on what we've seen.
My nephews are like, it's like 10. I'll play catch with them, but
I don't
Pilar leading the
what
pack
happened?
right now.
What did you do?
It's been raised to 12,000.
like swinging a bat.
He said, why?
No.
He said it's
no
been raised to
desire to do it.
12,000, and Pilar said, why?
And I have no desire.
Jonesy was handsome, said, no more
We'll see
derby.
if he can get lucky again. The Queen Deuce of
You and
Diamonds
Prince
in
put on
action.
a show.
Does have dominating diamonds, so Fowler does not want to see diamonds come out.
Run. I don't tell you that shit.
My thing is, I wasn't even that
And
good
it's
with
Sheffield, though,
I
who
got no
flops a
income.
monster.
I'm not supposed to run.
96%
Yeah,
equity
I'm not gonna go hit them.
against 3 other players. Look at that face. Oh, what do I do? I have trips.
Yeah.
He's been pulling some cards.
Yeah.
You check.
Not always at the right time.
Very unfortunate to
I'm
run
in a
into the
min- I'm
flush
playing
a minute
basketball
ago, but I don't.
Men's league.
It's going to be hard for him to lose this one. I'll put it
I had
that
a
way.
game. I had a game.
You're crazy.
You're
I had a game last
You're
night.
going to be pickleball for a minute.
Okay.
I had a game
Gets
last night. It
called
was-
by Fowler with the 5.
Yeah. I didn't get to play the second half.
I think Kratz knows
I
he
did
needs
play
to
basketball.
I left the
exit
bench
this.
during an
I
altercation.
did play basketball every time.
And
Every
I
opportunity.
got
He instead is going to put some pressure on.
You did? Wait, you were.
Puts the min raise.
Atlanta.
Sheffield wastes no
I took
time.
my jersey off and I
that
threw it back.
Right now in the back of Kratz's head, he's saying, why did I do
yeah.
that? And why did I raise?
You got.
About 70 in there. That's about 70,000.
I mean, I got.
Some of these guys also want
You got more than
to
7.
get the elimination train going. But this is not the right time.
What you got right there? That's why I don't like
Oh, boy.
Dave. I pray with God lives later.
Is Fowler going with
well,
it?
we got no chance. We got no chance.
63,000.
He is going with it.
63,000.
He's going to
You
call
have
with
some
his
change,
5, drawing almost dead.
I mean,
What does he have? One card?
He needs both 5. Running perfect.
Nobody caught shit like that.
Up next.
Already got.
63.
This is
Yeah, you
trouble,
got 10
man.
Already, so it's just 3 more orange chips.
Oh, 3 more orange. I'm good.
Kratz is getting out.
Oh, yeah. Kratz.
Nothing
There you get that face.
What you got, bro?
Yeah.
Push him in. Push him in.
Rolling.
Oh,
Flip them.
You flip him.
we
Turn it over.
He's toast.
Yeah, you can turn over.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I know
Damn.
you. That's all right. I know you. Cook.
that's fine.
Tell us how you really feel.
Dylan
about
goes,
it.
you're good.
Two more.
Two more 5s.
They know.
You got 2 5s left. Watch it hit. Watch that 5.
It's
come
over.
on the river, like.
Even if a 5 comes out, he's dead.
That's straight. Without no
Gary Sheffield,
And more outs than you think.
who was on life
Chef's gonna
support,
make a y'all are gonna let Chef make a
is
comeback.
right back to
He
200K.
called a comeback. I've been here for years.
Yeah, conservative don't work for me.
I gotta see the replay. I want to see the replay when
Conservative
to level.
don't work.
in
There we go.
What a
Now
comeback.
we talking.
But my
Look at all those chips. That's a
We
big
do.
pot.
Looks like a big weight lifted off his shoulder. He was a little tense the last 20 minutes.
Doug, you're a small blind. So
You
you're 2,000.
too.
And it's
Yeah.
like that, the hand with Ace Queen never even happened. He's got all those chips
Yeah.
back.
I think it's important to remember that Gary Sheffield was one of the more confident players out there. He was on our show a few hours ago, Foul Territory, telling us how he played on one of the Yankee teams in the early 2000s with Jeter and A-Rod, and he was like, they had me in the wrong spot in the lineup. I was the best player in the lineup.
Was that North?
And I think he did put up the best hitting stats that year of those 2, or of those 3. So that just tells you
With those,
the confidence
those
level
guys,
of Chef.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no slouches. And he did say they were slumping early in the season. He
Yeah.
wanted to hit 3rd, and they put him 5th, and he's like, that's a mistake.
I'm going.
He told the coaches this?
Yes. Told Joe Torre,
Oh my God.
Yankee skipper, I should be hitting 3rd. I'm better than these guys.
Wow. And you know what? That kind of confidence, I'm sure, translates to on the field as well, right?
You need that because sometimes you're going to go through an 0 for 20, and you don't really see that from Steph Curry in basketball. 0 for 20, and that happens all the time in baseball, even from a superstar.
How much, like that back and forth between a coach and a player? I'm sure you earn it as you've been around the game longer. How much back and forth does the coach take it into consideration? Is it more of a just hearing his player out so they feel heard? Or might that sort of comment actually make a change to a roster?
It can make a change. I think it can actually make a change more now than it could back in the day. Managers had more power in baseball if you go back really 15 years ago and beyond. Now the game is much more run by the front offices, and the managers have to serve much more as psychologists with players. They need to have them on their side. Used to have a guy labeled a players manager. They're basically all players managers
Hold on, I
now.
ain't checking.
So it does
Hold on.
work.
Gotcha. Yeah. You got to fight for yourself, right? How did
much is
these
there?
hands end up in this pot?
3,000.
This is muck.
Trying to catch up here, nothing makes sense. However, a bet might just take it down. 8 high is playing for both Jones and Fowler, and they will split the pot if everyone checks.
No.
Hey, did he go?
It was checked to him, and he tried to just fold.
I'll check it.
He pitched good. I watched him pitch.
That's hitting over the line. What you mean?
Now somebody's got to raise him, right?
No, and everyone checked around. Now they're just going to turn it over, and 8 high is going to win.
My big head was in the way.
It's still alive. There it is. Let's go.
Andrew, you might
It's not going to
Turn
matter.
him over.
Got it.
Oh, he was last anyway. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both checked him.
He out.
He out there. He fought.
Yeah, he fought. I won.
I'm not out.
Doesn't matter. You have 7.
I got a higher card.
See, this would have been much more of a to-do if he did have.
If he had a 9.
Yeah, anything on the table.
No, I should have put a lot of money out there, but I wouldn't risk it though. I knew he had
Yeah, he
none.
did.
You know what I'm
Dex
saying?
always gets him.
I like Dex.
Coming in hot.
He threw it in.
I didn't throw it.
It's
I put
like
it
he's
right there
arguing
for
with
them
an
to know
umpire
what it
right
is.
Exactly.
You should have bet.
It's a chop pot, you guys.
See, if you'd have bet,
Yeah,
everybody
you
would
would
have
have
got
bet.
a little out
it. If
there.
I would have bet, everybody would have got
He
it.
threw it in.
It was checked.
That was crazy work.
Hey,
But
man.
that's how you got a flop hand.
Exactly. This was out there.
If he
His
goes
hand is out.
big, I'm out.
But I'm saying enough money was got
You know what I mean? I say, if you bet, I'm out. Because then
See, that's what I'm
he
saying.
hit. You know
It
what
was
I
the
mean?
check full button right there.
Yeah.
Those always
See,
scary.
that's the problem. I got a lot of bet.
I'm out.
If I bet,
I say,
yeah.
if you bet, I'm out. So I put it right here. Say, if you don't bet, I'm staying because
Yeah.
he's
If
checking.
you knew that 8 was
Wait,
good.
so my small
You knew
blind?
the 8 was good.
Yes.
I said the check fold button.
2,000, please.
If you try to, you might lose some.
That would have been a nice one.
That's why I just played it wrong.
To go all in.
I gave it away. I'm mojo. I knew you ain't had
I was waiting for
I
you
ain't
to
had shit. But I thought everybody threw that shit in. I was like a flop. I was like,
8.
Oh, this is gold.
Compare this to the pros.
Who did this nastiness?
You do obviously have some talkers, and they stand out a lot, right? I look forward to that. I'm watching
I don't think he's played
with different
one. He
intent.
hasn't played a hand. all
This
day.
is a lot of action.
This is everyone's talking, and these guys all have history together. They go back, they know each other, they play on the field together. You know, poker. It's very rare to have somebody who's talking this much at the table, especially in like tournament poker, cash games. You can talk all you want. You guys, it's a social game, right? It always has been, but. With the development of modern studied tournament poker, people are very much, I'm here, I play my own game, I don't need to interact with teams, especially with like internet
All
poker.
3 of those.
So kids who come up playing on the internet, by themselves, isolated, not a social game at all.
And that's how they want to play.
Right, that's in their element. So you can't blame them. There's no forced social interaction, but this feels more authentic to how poker should be. And from where it came from to where it is now. Like, if you're going to spend your time, hours, especially if you're doing it for a living, playing a game, you should enjoy it. I feel like this is
I agree.
to each their own.
To me, there's a marketing component that these guys probably know about, not for this particular tournament, but the point is that they all played Major League Baseball, and they understood that if they wanted to elevate their status among fans and the media, you have to give some access. You don't have to be ridiculous with what you say, but all of these guys were really gracious with their time. That's why they're here. They're known by media members like me. Many of them are doing broadcasting. There are guys that were really closed up, and you're like, they're just here to play. They don't care about anything else. They're not trying to get a social media marketing deal or really anything else. They just want to play. And that seems like it's the same case with some poker players.
Yeah, very much
Others
so.
want to be known.
I think people who play tournament poker do it for a variety of reasons. You know, usually you're trying to make money, but some people want the glory. Some people want the competition. They want the trophy. But then also there's, ambassador money and sponsorship money and, clients who want them to represent their brand. And usually the people with the personalities and who are well known and charitable and giving and charitable with their time and get to know people who are fans and that sort of thing. That's who these people lean towards to are wanting to represent their brand, obviously. Yeah, money talks, and results talk, and if you're one of the best players in the game, you're going to get some recognition. But if you have that combined with friendliness and outgoingness and being willing to give to others, then that's the total package.
Yeah, I know BetMGM has some cool events with creators and influencers. I think they did one yesterday.
Just last night. A lot of my
hosted by
good friends
Abby
were in
Poker.
that game.
Okay.
Yeah. Avi and Casino King and who else was in there?
Did Darren play?
I think Darren was
I saw
in
him
the
this morning
creator
at the
night.
gym.
Yeah, I'm sure he's in the 1A of the championship
True.
right now too. Loved it. He's had a pretty good year thus far. Got heads up for a bracelet against Nick Shulman.
I didn't even get to
The
say what I was
10K
doing. What if I wanted to
deuce
raise?
7,
You said I called.
I didn't say nothing. I just said I'm in, but I didn't
long
win
battle.
shit.
They battled heads up for 5 hours or so.
Wow.
Eventually, Nick Shulman won. He's one of the best deuce 7 no limit hold'em players in the world. Nick Shulman and Elias held his
seen y'all do
own.
that
Settled
shit
for
before.
second place. One of the best players in the world that didn't have a bracelet, and then shortly after,
Get out of here.
won a bracelet online like 2 days later.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Let's pause here because we got a big hand. Pierzynski goes all in against Betances, who calls with 6-9, and he's in trouble.
Yeah, I'm on.
He's got more money than me, though.
Pierzynski has a pair and an open-ender. Betances, best he can do is chop this pot. No, he could hit a 9 as well.
That's chasing.
You got 6.
He has a 6.
Oh, they both got the straight. I apologize.
Right,
The straight is already brought in.
69.
They're leveled out,
So
right?
they're chopping. My apologies. I misread that wrong in the
I
heat
had
of the
69
moment.
too if you turn the 6 over.
But we split in this pot.
Yeah,
bro.
they're split no matter what.
Yeah, no matter
You
what.
guys are good.
No matter what.
if
You
you
ain't
ever
got
got a
to throw it.
6.
You don't have to throw it.
Yep.
You don't have to throw it. We still have to throw it.
I got
Gotta
actually.
make it official.
Money back. Why you say you trying to go to sleep?
Yeah.
Give me the money.
I would have been chasing
I
that
know, but-
last card.
I could also take
Frankie Baseball asked me for
Flush draw?
predictions for the WSOP main event.
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking players or
pair.
numbers, I'm not sure. I think last year we hit
bully
the
me,
record,
big bastard.
just over 10,000 people for the WSOP main event. 10
That was the
million
all-time
dollars.
record?
That was the all-time.
Wow.
And
Yeah, fucking 6s.
if I were to bet, it'd be slightly under. Numbers have been good this year,
69. Don't you see it?
but I think numbers are great. For one, they introduced this new WSOP Plus app, which makes it very easy to
I should've
register,
won.
skip the lines,
you
jump
thought
back
was
in
your-
if you get busted. So a
your
lot of these
partner.
multi-flight
really did.
re-entry
You thought it was
events are
69,
seeing
it
numbers
was
go up.
66.
No, I like 69.
For that reason.
Save one for later.
WSOP main event is a freeze out. You get one shot. So it's not really going to change people being able to re-enter. So your numbers are your numbers. And I think for lots of reasons, travel being a little difficult for people coming into the States sometimes, I think numbers are going to be slightly less. So I'm going to say something like
That's what KP
9,850 people. Slightly under, but still a fantastic turnout. And I think we're going to see another woman make the final
He's
table of
hot
the main
with both
event,
dealers.
like
Yeah,
Kristen.
Kristen almost
We need
did.
somebody to
Women have been
We need a-
crushing
No,
this
no, no.
series.
I need this.
Need
to win.
I think
What's the- it's kinda
even
like
though
base
there's
hits.
still only 3 to
KP,
5%
it's
of
kinda
the
like getting
field in
hits
the
in
main
spring
event, I think
training.
we're going to see one make
That's
another
fine.
deep run. Those are
You
my
want
two
all your-
predictions.
you want all your rockets.
And we're
When
going to
you're
see
making-
a
trying to make the
first-time
team every year,
winner.
you need
and
hits.
That's
You want all your
not a
rockets.
long shot bet.
That's pretty
long.
frequent,
Yeah.
right?
So
Yeah.
That's when they
I know.
keep
That's
it
why I
past
went all
45
in.
guys.
I thought you
And then
said
I'm,
you
of
were
course,
gonna
going to make
There
day
you go.
5.
There you go.
If I have anything to say about it.
You'll be in there?
I'll be in there.
Are you playing tomorrow too?
I'm
Why
playing
can't you
tomorrow
stand down?
here
Everyone be in
Okay.
except
at the
crap.
3,500 here at Aria.
Mhm.
And then I'll win that real quick.
just don't
And
wanna
then
do
I'm
it.
going to
Why-
parlay
why-
those
why-
winnings over to the main
in
event.
one hand.
I just don't want to be the first.
I'm rooting for you.
I do love playing here at Aria. It is such a breath of fresh air. The dealers are fantastic. Players are friendly. The
That's a great
environment's
hand. That's a
nice. The
great hand to
tables
stay
are
in.
comfortable. Anytime I can get over here to the Aria when I'm in Vegas, I love doing it.
I'm with you. This is the only place I go.
How much in there? Oh, it's money. Oh,
Yeah,
on-
it's
okay.
Club City right now.
at 10,000.
Sheffield has the ace of clubs yet again, like he did in that hand that he lost the big pot.
Colton, you live where?
Along with the
Hilo?
queen of clubs,
Yeah.
he's
Definitely don't have
does
Hilo.
not want to
Rainiest
see a
place
club
I've ever
roulette.
been.
And then Jones with
Me
the
and
best
mine.
hand in the moment, top pair.
Rainforest.
Oh yeah.
You
gotta love that rain out
Isn't
there.
that the play from
Yeah.
Colton? I mean,
it.
there's
Yeah,
not
she
much
home
that
more.
beats you on the flush draw.
I feel like you have to see a card. You've got the you've got to draw to
Back in
the
the old
third
Hawaii Winter
best
League,
possible
Hilo.
hand with the queen of clubs.
Rain delays.
And if a club
Like a
comes
Florida
out
State
very
game.
like the winner, but it's always
That was
dangerous.
terrible. Oh, he was great when I was
Because
up. I hated
someone could have the king or ace of
was
clubs
too
and you're just
long.
throwing money
It was
away.
great.
As it
I was
is,
20,
no
because
club
you knew you
comes
had
and
spring training
Jones with
coming
top
soon.
pair still holds on with the best hand.
Vinegar, he was like,
I was 20 years old.
I was 20.
Lost about 7 fake IDs in 2 months, 3 months.
he used to get the
I got
look
called out on a fake ID trying to get in Zanzibar.
No, we got a straight.
He got the
No,
look
it's
at
the
Gabe
best.
Kaplan
Oh, yes, he
body all the
does.
time.
I'm like,
Drill
Chef,
drill the
we got a straight
Oh
for
my gosh,
Chef.
I'm sitting here looking for the club, and the 3 comes in.
Uh-oh. What's the dude from the Pirates?
I was like, wait,
Where? W.
straight for Chef.
I'm looking
Going
for
for
the
the
club.
jugular right now.
Oh, okay. Very
About to
loose.
say, man.
See how he's lining it up too? What is he doing?
I don't think he don't ever make it. That was where
The chips
Wardell?
kept coming.
Wardell
Stewart?
Wardell something.
Wardell Stewart.
Starling or
Isn't Wardell Stewart?
Andrew Jones is
No, it's
in a
Cordell.
pickle.
Yeah, he does.
Wardell-
He's got
Wardell-
top
Wardell-
pair.
Wardell-
He's got the
Pirates.
best kicker. And Sheffield is betting into him 3 times in a row.
What's the dude for the?
And he's like, this dude's got to have ace 4
Well, you woke me
to beat me. No?
I just had to
Well,
Or-
he
or
could have
flush.
2 clubs.
He's
Yeah.
a catcher.
Right.
A
Then he
left-handed
turned into a
catcher?
pitcher.
Things like a set, like
handle
deuce,
it,
deuce, and
man.
8-8. But
Christian. I don't know. Dude,
He's doing it.
Bencourt?
No, he
wasn't with the
Hey, we don't get put
He's
out
like,
either
Christian
way. We ain't
Garcia?
aggressive.
He was
Be
like,
aggressive.
Dex, you ain't
Christian Garcia?
I think so.
Be
He was like,
aggressive.
Dex, you ain't supposed to be in the line. You're not even.
54?
Right when I was giving it to dude, he's like, you're not even
54 down.
21. Why you? Dude looked at my shit and was like, I was like, bro, what are you doing? And he goes to me. He goes, I didn't even know you weren't 21. I was like, bro, stop, bro.
That's
Like,
Christian Garcia.
you got
That's what happened to me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Wow, he lets it go.
Same thing happened to me.
He just laid it all out and took it back.
You better?
The dude on my team goes,
Oh, that was it?
21. Right in front of the bounce.
I'm trying to get the math together here. Did he feel like he needed to see how much he would lose and then take it back?
Well, if he's thinking on this level, he could count it out and then try to get a read off of Sheffield.
Okay.
Like, are you nervous? Are you wanting me to call? I'm not sure if that was happening. It could have been what you said. Like, what am I going to be left with if I lose this pot? Yeah.
Andruw plays pretty frequently, so maybe that was the play. Hey, let me sniff out Chef, who doesn't play as frequently, and see if I get a face out of him that I want to lean towards.
You'll see pros do that. They'll count out the chips like they're about to call, and then they'll look at the player who's in the pot and just see if they can get a reaction from them. So maybe that's what we're seeing from Jones, just trying to get a little read off of Sheffield before he put the chips in, and he saw something that told him to fold. Well
We
done.
played at University of Hawaii and Hans Laurent.
For those who watch poker on a regular, we're a little loose with the betting action here. Normally, like if you move, you can't string bet. Like once you put 10K in, you can't go back for another 10K, that sort of thing. And you can't, once you push it over the line, it's in the pot. This is home game vibes here. We're very much what your intention is what we're rolling with. So these guys are having fun.
Yes.
It's a high
There have been
school
some
field.
smart
So you
folds.
sit here like that, this close to everybody.
You're still in.
What year you went?
You limpity
Dex,
limpity.
what year you went there?
Limpity bimpity.
Dex, what year you went?
Agreed, Buffett. These guys truly are having a blast. Also love to see it.
And they didn't even fucking.
Profion says that he was swinging for a home run there with that bat.
97.
100%. But at the end of the day, I lost it all. And then we had an earthquake there.
What year did you play there?
06.
Man, you ain't make no money there.
Zero.
AJ talking like he played in the 80s.
97, bro.
97 was
We were
the
talking
same.
about Kristen Fox, and you're right. Barbara Enright, well done, pulled that trivia out of nowhere. Is the only woman to ever make the World Series of
What
Poker
was the last year of the
final.
Hawaiian League?
And Kristen Foxen ran to the last two tables of the tournament last summer, and then bluffed all her chips off at the end. But that's what got her there, and she was so close to making that final table. I think this is the year that it happens.
I think it was like 2012. Was
We
it
had
last year?
Ramon Ortiz on it, Robert Fitt, Gabe Kapler was on my team.
I just want to hear these guys talk.
Now we're getting some story time action going.
2012.
You know who was on my team? It's Jabba.
No, it was
Watching it. Yeah.
Jabba Chamberlain.
Jabba
Far
Chamberlain,
away.
Brett
Ian
Gardner.
Kennedy,
Brett Gardner. Ian.
Mark Melanson.
Melanson.
Absolutely.
It was a good league.
That was my draft.
It was great. I had a great time.
Hey, they
Eric
had,
Duncan. We had
But
Eric
Kenley
Duncan there.
Kenley was like,
We had four
Kenley was
catchers on my
catching
team.
it.
I only caught every
No
fourth
way.
day. It was great.
Was Shelly?
That might have been. That might have been.
Colton's
almost
from
like
there.
towards
He
the
knows
end
when the
of it.
league ended.
Yeah, I think.
Like
I was in college.
My year was the last year, and
every
then it
time
came
we
back.
ran our
Yeah, it came
They
back because
brought
I was
it
in
back.
college watching it one year, like 2009 or 10.
It came
was
back
the last
after
year.
the year I was there.
I watched Busser. That was the last one I
Robert
was there.
Fick, Gabe Kapler.
Like, my
So
God.
good talent.
Yeah,
it would be like
the
a-
Japanese guys we have are awesome. All I did was smoke eaters.
Two players.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We had four catchers though, so I played every fourth day. It was awesome.
I think he's talking about one of the world
We lived
tours
on
or one of
Waikiki.
the
Okay.
So you was
Asian
alright.
tours.
Gotcha.
Oh, we went out every night. We didn't care.
That's what we do.
They stopped
Take a
doing
look,
the
man.
they
That's
stopped
what I
doing
should
the
probably
in there.
For a price.
off-season all-star trip, like the
Yeah,
overseas
I'm
trip.
doing that too.
The what?
Did you ever go on that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Japan.
Man, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
We played against.
that-
we
that-
played
that-
against Darvish.
I think it was the best thing I ever
No, not
did.
Darvish.
I never
Shohei.
played.
We played
It was
against
great.
Shohei then. They kicked our ass.
That was good.
That was great. They paid you a ton of money. You got to like
Robbie
sightsee
Cano
every
broke
day.
his toe.
I was supposed to go that year. That year. That was.
We were there.
All two.
Dex didn't even know I was there.
We were there together.
Was that?
It was the All Stars and Me tour.
You guys.
They needed an extra catcher, and Kratz was
I got
in.
put on the Phantom DL.
I was cut on the Phantom when I was there too. They called me like 2 days before the trip left. They said, "Hey, Christian Hellich doesn't want to go anymore. Would you like to go?"
college.
I had a 1-year-old, and I was like, babe, we're going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're going. You know, my wife said
Free trip to Japan? Like,
it was after the. It was
and we
after
got to
Game
spend like
7.
4 days.
It was first class, bro. That hotel was crazy.
The plane is crazy.
Bro, I begged
The
them to
plane
go
was
to that
crazy,
damn
but
thing.
the hotel,
They didn't get you?
Osaka.
We did.
Hang on,
We
bro.
probably
You
went to
could've
different
taken like a
places.
south. You could
That
take
was-
a
And the winter
spirit flight
was
just came from your house.
7 hours.
14? Was that 14?
Yeah,
I went in.
that's exactly what
You
it
guys
was.
have really
that's
livened
it,
up
guys.
now. Like,
My turn?
Yeah.
I'm out.
It's a cool
Dude, we
event
got
that
over
they
there.
used to put together. I don't think they do
Melted
it at all anymore, but players used to travel
Over there, they
to
had
Japan
posters up
frequently.
with, like,
I think
who hosts
MLB's
on
more
it,
invested
like,
in playing games
everybody.
in Japan
Bunch of dudes
and
were
or
supposed
in
to go.
South Korea frequently, so
Cano
they
went to that.
ditched
Cano went, broke
the
his toe.
postseason, bring
His
the guys
dad-
for more of a
was our
fun.
hitting coach.
They used to call it what, barnstorming tour back in the day.
did they play? Or put
They
on
would
a
play.
show, or
It was
what?
exhibition
Okay.
games
Okay.
against a team. I don't remember if it was a team from the league or like an all-star team from the NPB in Japan, the top league in Japan. But MLB did do a really good job putting it together, and as you can tell, they treated the players really well because you're grabbing very precious off-season time from them. They do not get a lot of downtime. So if you're going to talk stars into a trip, like they mentioned, you're doing all-out hotel experience, food, nightlife. Like they really give them a good experience out there. They spend a lot of money to make it happen. I'm sure they make money too. As you can tell, it's still a core memory for guys that have plenty of other ones to turn to.
He still works for the players now. He works for the players. He's the only one that does anything. Bernie Williams Association.
That was his
Somebody
that was
with an intimate knowledge of the
Good-looking man.
year-long season.
So
We're all familiar with, starts with spring training, goes all the way to the World Series, and that's like when you're on. But once the World Series ends, until the next World Series or until the next spring training, what is your typical player's schedule? How much time do they have off? How much time do they get to decide what they do with it? Or is it up to each individual team, up to each individual player? What's that off-season look like typically?
They're pretty much in control of their schedule, but because it's so competitive on the workout front and keeping yourself in shape and in baseball shape, the guys are working out every day for several hours
just to stay on top of their game.
Yeah. And working on getting stronger, getting more flexible. If you're a pitcher, adding velo, a lot of them will go to these programs where they'll work on either adding a new pitch or a weighted ball experience, which can increase velocity and also usually increase injury risk. But if you want to take your game to another level, that's the kind of work that gets done in the off season. Try to sneak in a vacation or two. Every player on the Sun gets married in the same 2-month span. So if you're a popular player and you have a lot of teammates that are friends, like all of them, over that time period, will have weddings in really November, December. You can kind of pull off January, but not as well. And then you're off again. You're heading to spring training. So it happens fast. You're mixing in Thanksgiving and Christmas for players, which is cool because many other sports have game action during that time. But that actually limits how much time you have to yourself. They're mostly seeing family, so they just don't get a lot of time to do what they want for a long period of time.
Which makes it that much more appreciated that they're here. Obviously, after retirement, you have more time to do what you want to do, but still, time is precious, and these guys know that better than anyone. So to come here and spend a weekend with us and play this live stream, play the championship event means a lot.
Colton Wong told me this is the first time he's left the house / the kids, from town since he retired.
Wow.
This is the first trip that he was like, all right,
thank you.
I'm going to do a little thing for myself.
Nice. Welcome, Colton. He comes from Hawaii, right?
Yes.
That's a long trip for him. I think this is going to be a confrontation between Pilar and Kratz. Looks like top pair for Pilar and an open-ender for Kratz.
He's been quiet, too, and that bothers him. He's a
likes
very
to be in the
active
mix.
player. Yes.
Who's that? Kratz?
Yes, Kratz.
I haven't seen it.
He did try to force it with A7 earlier, went on the king-king board and got immediately punished. Spade's going to be a little bit of an action killer. Nobody has a spade in their hand, so probably not going to put too many more chips in the pot.
Use some air conditioning.
I'm going to put some earpods in here, some music.
Pilar's not slowing down, though.
Yeah, one day I'll tell you the story about Barry.
Kratz unafraid,
I'll tell you mine.
and Sheffield hoping for a miracle.
We're not mic'd up.
There are 2 8s left in the deck.
Ooh.
And that's not a card that anybody wanted to see.
Could get a flush out of him.
Everyone's scared of the flush now.
If Pilar checks,
Who got the biggest
Kratz
flush?
might be able to steal it, but he doesn't. Lets it go. And top pair. It's good enough. 0 spades to be found.
Oh, God. They all right there in the deck.
Scared me.
Who won that? You?
I did.
KP here.
I was waiting on that 1-8.
KP's sneaking good. KP, he's like sneaking. No one's paying attention.
Maybe that I would have been better at hitting. But poker game's scary.
You have Summer Classic BetMGM's Poker July Series. Kicks off in New Jersey, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. 1 million guaranteed and exclusive baseball jerseys for winners. It's online, it's packed, and it's your chance to win big. Swing for the fences.
So I'd have to be smart, like to go play.
This studio is so cool.
It really is, and so much cool stuff happens in this studio. You know, they've got all their YouTube TV shows. They've got the PokerGo tour that happens here on a regular basis. They got like final table live streams of the ARIA events.
Hey, what were you doing?
Some of the best players in the world come in and play, you know, paying $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 to enter a one-day tournament or sometimes 2-day tournaments at the final table. And it's just nice for all the big-time players who live here in Vegas who can just swing by and play a massive tournament when the World Series isn't in town.
And people can watch.
Ozzy
It's so nicely set up.
It is one of the most comfortable places to play an event. The staff is amazing. All the work that Tim Duckworth does behind the scenes with the reporting, setting up the stream, the players, taking care of anything they need. It is, you feel catered to and cared for, which is really hard to do as a tournament operator. And they just capitalize on that in a fantastic way.
No, he wants more rosé.
I've played exactly 2 events in the studio.
He's got a dance recital.
I think I played a total of 7 hands in those 2. Yeah.
What happened?
Absolute coolers. I had pocket aces against Jesse Lonis, who flopped trips. And the other one I made 2 pair against rivered straight. And you know, probably a little bit of a punt, maybe, at least the 2 pair one. The other one against Lonis, it's just like he had ace-3 suited and I had ace-ace, and the flop was king-3-3.
And that was early on, first few hands?
Early on, but we were playing 100 big blinds deep, so it was kind of a short stack. Okay. I didn't have to go broke. And what's funny is right before that event, I was telling Jesse how I busted the previous day very early. I was like, I'm not going to do it today. Like, we're gonna play some more hands, get settled before we put a lot of chips in the pot, and then I lose that pot to him.
That's tough. I see what you're saying. I mean, you know, I've played maybe 3 or 4 tournaments out here, and at least for half of them, I'm like, I want to take a little time. But anyway, yeah, let's check out the leaderboard here. What are we working with?
Well, Kevin Pilar on top, 175,000 chips added to his stack from the start, whereas Jones is down at the bottom. He's lost about half of his stack. Blinds are going up. I think we're at 5K, if not further at this point. So Andruw Jones has 98K. He's got only 20 big blinds to work with, so it's getting serious. But did you predict that Pilar would be at the top of the counts at the first break here?
I didn't. I didn't know what to expect from KP. I mean, he's the only quote active player here, so I don't know much about his poker playing.
In San Diego.
I would say the biggest shock to me so far, TJ, is that we haven't had an elimination.
That is surprising. You know,
we're an hour in, and everyone is still alive.
We had a couple opportunities for it to happen, but
don't say nothing. And then like
thus
5
far
minutes later,
avoided
goes across
those.
the ticker, and they hadn't even
They
told
are
him yet.
playing a little
And they
more
both
tame
read
than
on
I
the ticker, guys
expected.
were going
I
dudes
knew
were
that there
crying.
wouldn't
I've
be a
never seen
ton
dudes
of
crying.
pre-flop raises
clubhouse,
like we
they're
talked
getting
about
traded.
earlier, but
They're
I did
crying.
think we would get more all-in action through the first hour.
Yeah.
It's happened maybe twice.
Yeah, I think we saw the 3-5 of clubs against the ace-queen, and then we saw the both player had the straight on the deuce 3-4-5. But that's about it.
I asked Wayne on that. We got in a fight.
He gone. Trust me.
You talking about Wayno? Wainwright?
About 2 months, 'cause I didn't
We
have
might
the
have a
card in the
fight
way,
story here.
You? I was there for 4 years and I didn't have it.
Was Matheny there?
It's over.
Was Matheny?
Yeah, but you had that card.
Welcome to the club.
You had that
Fowler
card
and Long talking Cardinals, so this is a dream.
That's cold boy,
I'm
though.
so happy.
That's my dog.
Yeah, right.
AJ played with the cards too for a minute.
I walked in there, Matheny thought I was the Antichrist, boy.
You?
Oh, trust me.
Bro, he hated me, bro, more than anybody ever, bro. I promise you.
I set the bar on that one pretty high.
No, I promise you.
Dexter was there for a little.
He was there for a lot, but I was there quick. I made that quick impression.
Bro, did he hate me, dog?
Didn't even let it marinate.
No.
How do I know? That guy hated me since the day he got there. I was there for 5 years with him. I was like, ah.
Matheny hated a lot of people, apparently.
Ooh.
Matheny, during that tenure, was strict.
Yeah.
He was
it beat 5-2?
not a player's manager. He was more of the old school form.
Okay.
He had learned under Tony La Russa.
Yep.
That's when the manager was the king.
A lot of potential.
Matheny's a very disciplined, traditional guy.
Yeah, 100%.
So as you can tell, when Dexter Fowler or AJ Pierzynski are running around the clubhouse, they don't vibe. That's good stuff, though. I love that.
Might have a big hand in tow here. Jones with ace king of spades with 2 spades on the board. Pilar's got second pair.
They gone.
Oh, another 9 rolls off.
Nah, we've been trying to.
Trips for Pilar against Andruw Jones.
Whatever he's got.
He might.
Whatever it is right now.
Jones, you were just saying we haven't lost a player.
invite me
If
out?
Jones cannot find a spade, he will be out in 8th place.
See what you got.
Them Jones.
He'll be elected to the Hall of Fame within the next 2 years. I think he's got either 1 or 2 years left for eligibility. A lot of times writers wait until the last chance and then they'll vote him in. He should have been in a long time ago.
Free drinks.
Many call him the best defensive center fielder of all time, especially for those that didn't get to watch, say, a Willie Mays in a more of a modern era, right? And he can swing the bat. He's a great dude with a tall glass of wine.
He might just hang out.
For a little, yeah.
I would have gone. I would have gone.
And by the way, the rich get richer. It was Pilar who knocked him out and sits up to almost 500K from 200K starting.
5,000.
My question is, does KP, Kevin Pilar, know what to do with that chip advantage?
It's weird in a format like this. You have to win all the chips, right? And second place gets nothing. So there's no real pressure on people not to bust right now because you have to win. So if they have a way to go in, you can't really put a whole lot of pressure on people as the chip leader when it doesn't matter if they bust in 8th or 2nd because it pays the exact same amount of money. So you kind of just play your hands, and unless people just are scared and don't want to get eliminated early, you just hope to keep this momentum going.
Day late, dollar short.
Yeah. If you pay extra,
Day late,
if you
dollar
put some
short.
real cash in, they can give you your cards back.
Rebuy. Day late, dollar short, Drew.
But you can throw yourself into more hands because you've got the extra income.
Absolutely.
And that's something that I think Kratz and Dellin would do well if they were in that position.
Just 2 of us?
I'll put in Sam.
I agree. They're probably the ones who would be most comfortable speculating with some questionable hands and getting in the mix. Kind of handcuffed a little bit when you don't have that big stack.
This is your moment, Dex.
This is a good value bet from Dexter Fowler. Second pair, and gets called by bottom pair.
I like it.
Let's see it. King Jack.
And KP in that position.
Look at him go.
Wow.
He takes from the chip leader.
Putting 1 card
All
out.
of a sudden, Dex making a comeback.
Yeah.
Hey, I got some good cards right
Pilar
there.
with some money to play with.
Yeah, exactly. And
Wants
to your
see what's
point,
up.
it could work to your detriment too. Like if 15K, it's just 15K, out of my 450. Sometimes you make calls you probably shouldn't make. Whereas if you only had 150K, that 15K is a little more precious to you, and you're a little more careful with it. So, there's a term called winner's tilt. Tilt is when you get upset and then you start playing suboptimally and you start playing poorly. Happens to winners too. If you let's say you win for an hour straight, you can't lose a hand, and then you start playing really bad because you just feel like you're invincible. It can happen to the best of us.
And I'm like, there was some annoying ass guy like, who are you? Why they got a camera in your face? I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to play poker.
Just trying to play.
Just trying to play.
Just say you're
Won a couple bracelets.
AJ walked by last time.
Say you won a couple, they
make a
fucking
wish.
domed them up.
Dylan, he walked by, he goes, hey, did you wear your bracelet here? And then he left my table. And this dude was like, did you really win a bracelet?
Oh, that's
Like
it.
three hands.
After that, they're trying to figure out who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Like,
Shit, you gotta
guy right there.
call somebody. Say, hey, listen, when you come by about 30 minutes, come by and say, you didn't wear a bracelet today or something?
Look at that.
Oh, that's crazy work. Oh.
That is crazy.
Look at that flop right there.
What was the guy's name in Rounders? Johnny Chan.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Great movie.
I might fall asleep to that tonight. Get a little inspo.
That's good.
Yeah, no.
These guys are well aware of the stakes tomorrow. How many days is the tournament?
It starts on, well, it started today, the 30th, and 1B is tomorrow, the 1st, and I believe the final table wraps up on July 4th.
He was good though. He helped me. He was
correctly.
sitting next to me. He was kind
There's a
of.
different plane online.
So it's either a 4 or 5 day tournament if you count both day ones, and it's a $3 million guarantee.
Oh, in person.
First place is just going to be, and I think they'll blow that out of the water. I think it's going to be more like $3.5, $4 million in the prize pool.
That's incredible.
You can ask.
Yeah, these guys are.
I play all the
I had
time.
an ace 3.
Yeah, you don't have shit.
No, I'm just saying, if somebody had, but it'll be, if like.
Full house for Pilar, he gets that money right back.
Beating you.
Okay, I see.
That Jack's beating, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I have to?
You could see the hand.
Especially
with
it suited?
Got to show both
suited?
cards to win the hand.
Not from where you're at. Maybe
Betance's
like
showing why
Dylan's
he's
spot, you
comfortable
might
at the
play
table.
those
He knows
things,
the
not
rules.
to win, but-
You can't get away with just showing one card around here.
Why?
I was chasing it.
But said the later you, like this means
Oh, because you can
a
see
lot.
where everybody's betting.
This means a lot.
Another
'cause
nice
you the
haul
last
for
to
Pilar.
So
Question
this is
from
a
Jimmy
point
Buffett,
game,
but I
so
think I'm going to pass this
that's
one over to
like
you, Scott.
That's the best position.
Are baseball players
Because
more
if I back cards,
competitive
then
than
normally
other
that's a
sports, in your opinion? I think Scott's more suited to answer this question than I am.
I just don't
What do you
In
think?
poker or in life?
Let's just go with life. They're how competitive they are.
They're all competitively going to tell you that they're the most competitive.
Right.
They're gonna be
From an outsider's perspective, you worked a lot with baseball, you worked a lot with hockey, you've been involved with
Especially when you got
almost every sport, I would imagine. Is there one that stands out, or they just, when you reach the level of professional athlete, are you just top tier competitive no matter what?
I'm trying to
just buy in, motherfucker.
do a cumulative analysis on
My turn?
a sport that might have some lazier competitors.
Can we buy in again?
If you want to.
I guess you could pull that off with baseball more than other sports.
Okay.
You can be, quote, out of shape and be
That's a waste of money.
a great DH.
Yeah.
You could be a
A couple
designated
of
hitter.
closers come to mind, too.
Closer, yep. Pitcher in general,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
There's
even
dudes that lose
CC
and they go right to the line
Sabathia
and come right
was
back.
a heavy baseball
Yeah.
player. He'd be the first one to tell you that. And at one point when he lost weight, it actually threw him off, right? Like it threw off his balance. That doesn't mean you're less competitive. I think he was an ultra competitive
357.
person and baseball player.
Still needs to be cheating.
That's a loaded question. I would be curious to ask one of these guys.
Like you flipped like 3
I
cards.
feel like they
you
would
could
even
flip,
admit
like,
it's impossible to
And at 7, you
quantify,
gotta go
yeah, to
under 7.
quantify. I mean,
What's that called?
I'm trying to think what you talking
I
You
would
go under the
probably
7
put baseball down a
like, you
notch
clear
because it's
the
such a
10,
long
clear it.
season. These
Yeah.
guys are used to having to like ride the marathon.
It's like a grind.
Yeah,
clear the,
very
like,
interesting.
it's a slow burn where
We wasn't
football
betting.
is
We'd always play it
much
on the
more
phone.
of an action-packed punch.
Yeah.
There's more at
3
stake
cards,
for
you play-
each
Oh,
game.
yeah, 2 is wild.
playing Go Phillies.
Basketball might be a little. I mean, the guys are in insane
It
shape,
was
but
all
you
like,
have a lot of load management and making sure that you get through the whole
Three,
season.
five, seven.
You had to
Hockey
go
might
under
be up
7.
there where
We played
those
in
guys
the
are actually
fucking video
fighting
game
each
all
other
time,
still.
right?
And
What's that called?
there are
Three,
less
five,
fights
seven.
than there used to be,
Yeah.
but if you compare it to baseball where guys get mad at each other, nowadays there are rarely
30.
hands being thrown. It's a lot of huffing and puffing
Yeah.
and
Never got
staring
that
at each
close.
other, benches clearing, and then them going back. I don't know if that helps answer the question at all, but that's the analysis.
What happened was
Interesting, like how does talent and hard work compare to competitiveness? They are two separate things, but there's probably a lot of overlap there as well. There's
You could
Colton
train
Wong.
less and be an amazing hitter, is my guess.
There's our bio on Colton Wong. Debuted in the MLB in 2013. Went to Hawaii and Manoa for his education. Hometown Hilo, Hawaii. We were just talking about that's where he came in from. Like you said, very recently retired. And, who knows what might happen. Might get back on the field. But in the meantime, he's enjoying family time back in Hawaii. You said he'd been there since he retired. This is the first time he's left his house and his family, right?
Yes. I believe he announced his retirement a few months ago. I mean, I could, instead of bring it up, I could tell you in the next
I see this
10 seconds or so.
Hey, it's crazy.
He's retarded, bro.
Hey, you got monopoly money, so.
MC.
Oh, MJ's crazy. He's a legit
About a month ago.
Wow, fresh. When a player retires, it has to be such bittersweet, I would imagine. For one, I bet those first couple of years you're kind of questioning whether it's really over. Am I going to get a call? Am I going to get back on? Or wondering, if you even want to go back, or if you're going to enjoy retirement. It's got to be a tough transition.
There's a lot being weighed. Most players have to be told by the game that they're done and they're hanging around AAA to see if they get one more call up, because many do. Injuries are a dime a dozen in baseball.
Yeah.
And then there's also
you guys like a little app like when people are like
weighing family time,
you can just see
your
like,
health, and how much money you're getting offered with a contract. If you're a player that's made $100 million in your career, let's say you're a pitcher, and you get a $1 million offer, is it worth another year of absolutely ripping your arm apart? Your body is not made to throw a baseball 100 miles an hour with that kind of spin.
He got it made.
I think that's someone like Lance Lynn, who we talked about earlier, who's frequent on our show, and I'm sure will pop up with one of these tournaments in the future. He's made a lot of money. His arm has taken a toll. He's got 4 kids, I believe, at home. He's been in the league for a long time, and he's like, I have a number. If it doesn't get there, I've made enough. I'm good.
Very calculated. Take the emotion out of it. Betance's 2-pair against top pair of the chip leader Pilar. I think he's calling pretty much anything.
The tournament?
The tournament, yeah.
I would love to see Betances go a little bit bigger with this hand, just because we've seen Pilar just willing to call it off with any pair. I know the flush got there, but I think there was more value to be found.
Fishes them things all the time.
Yeah.
He's got like this boat
Still,
that goes.
A very big pot, 114K being shipped over to Betances. Like you said, he knows what to do with the big stack.
And
look at him start to creep up the leaderboard.
You know what I mean? And it got to be smooth if you're going faster. Got to be a smooth
I just want to know what the
MMA and CA Radix ask, who's the nit here? I wouldn't call any of these guys nits based on this. We're looking at some VPIP stats. Looks like Fowler is at the bottom of the count, and he's even got 34%. So don't call any of these guys nits. Don't worry. Borgata Summer Poker Open. We were talking about being an AC. This is where it takes place. Action coming. Love the live poker action. Mark your calendar this July for the Borgata Summer Poker Open, powered by BetMGM, featuring $2.5 million guaranteed. Pack your bags and take your shot in Atlantic City. I love playing at the Borgata, and that series is one of my favorites. You just don't get poker like you do at the Borgata.
Borgata is awesome. That's kind of a home game for some of us. I spent half the year in the Northeast, so it's a quick little drive down to Atlantic City. We've done a ton of Foul Territory live shows from the bar there down at the BetMGM bar. It's an awesome, really open air setup. I'm with you. It's a good time.
It was the first city I ever gambled in my life.
AC?
I lived in New York City from 19 to 23, and when I turned 21, I took one of those Greyhound buses out there. They tried to ship people out there. They actually paid you to come. You got off the bus, and they handed you $50 in promo chips or whatever it was. Gave you a free hotel for the night. I had no idea what I was doing. I was a very, very sheltered kid at this time. This was my first time going out, drinking. And
what year was this?
This was, 21, so 16 years ago or so.
Okay.
Yeah, 2006. I can do 2004, something like that. And I crushed. I won everything I played.
No way.
I went there with like $300, and I think I walked out with like $5K.
Holy.
For me, that was a lot of money for me at the time.
That's a lot of money for most people, and then you probably said to yourself, I might have something.
Yeah, definitely not roulette and blackjack. That's what I played.
Oh, no poker yet.
No poker
Okay.
yet. Poker came slightly later.
That was the entry.
That was the entry. That was my first time in a casino gambling. But you want to know my strategy for beating roulette?
What?
I would sit next to the roulette table and wait until a certain color hit 5 times, and then I would bet the other color.
technically it doesn't make any difference,
No,
right?
not at all.
But
it worked.
I like your strategy.
I hate it.
And that's patience. You got to hit
Sure.
5 in a row on one color.
Yeah, well, there's multiple roulette tables, so I'm just scoping them all out.
Oh.
5
No,
reds hit,
probably
boom,
not.
$50 on black. And this is what we call the gambler's fallacy, where previous results affect future. It does not. And yet, for me, it really did that weekend.
Very different experience from my first betting action, which was here, and you're with a bunch of friends having drinks, and
There you go.
you're not putting as much strategy into what you're doing.
This wasn't strategy. There's our golden
That's a
what
beauty.
we were talking about there. That is up for grabs for first place as well. In addition to the $25K cash that these players have all decided to donate to a charity of their choice, that golden helmet's coming home with them. AJ Pierzynski has the golden bat from AC there at the Regatta.
I have purple.
He would love to put that on the shelf next to it.
Purples.
Purple.
So you were saying your first gambling here in Las Vegas?
Here in Vegas, yeah.
Gosh, Matthew, you haven't dealt me shit, Matthew.
So I was on a playoff series
'Cause we took a
reporting
selfie.
for Major League Baseball Network, and the series ended early, and I had
All right, now it's time to go.
this perfect storm opportunity of my cousin, my best friend, and some others that were on a trip going there. And I had like a 3-day window, which is perfect timing for Vegas, to go there before the ALCS. This was between ALDS and ALCS, different rounds of the postseason in baseball.
Yeah.
It was
Matthew got
I wanted to see,
2000.
but not for that.
not giving any face cards away.
in the 2012 to 14 range. I think 2014, the Tigers were swept by the Orioles, and then the Orioles ended up getting swept by the Royals.
Wow.
Actually, it was between the CS and the World Series, because you get more time between those two rounds.
I'm 10?
Anyway,
Dipped down to Vegas.
dipped out to Vegas, had a good time.
Played poker?
Just blackjack.
Blackjack,
Yeah,
okay.
that I knew, and yeah, I'd played blackjack with friends growing up, friendly, playing with your buddies like in high school.
Yeah.
And then was in college, working the broadcast world, just had not gotten the opportunity for several years post 21, and then I was probably 24
Bad cards.
or so,
Yeah.
and was like, you know what, I've been 21 for a few years. I think I should actually go gamble. So I did.
And here we are, back in Vegas, watching these guys
He has shit
play
that
for
hits the
charity.
table already.
Full circle for you.
Yeah.
Lines are getting serious. We see 5K, 10K. So stacks are shallow. A lot more all-ins likely to happen.
There we go.
I'll call.
Oh no, Pilar has trip threes. Pierzynski also has trip threes. What a cooler. Pierzynski very likely to be eliminated with trips.
They're finna hit my card that I need right here. Watch.
You gotta watch up here.
Three. There, you got it.
AJ needs a 6.
Told you.
Hey, nah, if
Didn't I
it's-
say he had the
nah,
3?
hey, Phil, I
Didn't
just
I say
know,
KP had the 3?
I told you I
Hey,
hit
he
the board.
wanted to bat earlier, though.
Oh, you got
So
the
we
3?
have some shot opportunities. Queen or 7 comes out. They both have the same full house. Pierzynski can win with a 6.
Six.
Or the king can just seal the deal, and Pilar knocks out our defending champion, AJ Pierzynski.
Nap time.
Never seen a bigger smile.
No back-to-back for you.
It's okay, buddy.
That's all right.
It's okay. I got one.
Better.
I got
He
one.
did.
I
He got one.
That's why
A
it's
new
so tough
champion
to
will be
grind.
crowned,
It's
and he
so
will not
tough
be
to go
rubbing it
back to
in your
back.
faces for these next few
This
months.
is big. It hasn't really set in yet. It doesn't feel real that AJ didn't
got that full
win.
drink.
I know that there'll be a little action in
I was
our
gonna
chat
tip
right
you,
now.
man. Gotta be gone, too.
Exactly.
Can't even tip
AJ
you. Are we
is
supposed to take this?
out.
We supposed to wear it?
Oh, we got
There
Dexter's
you go.
on the back.
Yep. The breeze says,
Throw it at
AJ,
25.
no.
When I go play blackjack after this,
That ain't
they're
mine.
gonna think I'm
Oh, you were
really good.
2-5 in St. Louis?
What number on that?
There's some sweet jerseys that I think the guys are going to wear tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah. That's
What were
amazing.
you in
Yeah.
Chicago?
24. That's your real number, Drew.
You were in 21?
We are down to just 6 players. Drop a comment in the chat. Has your pick changed? Who do you think is going to win this thing? You have to say that Betance is sitting in second in chips. Feels like the most skilled player here. But Pilar just has piles of chips, and
who's going to go out next?
Anything can happen.
I'm not doing it for the peak of it.
You know.
I mean, Pilar is almost double Betances in the 2 spot.
I saw that you wanted to go in. You wanted to bat earlier.
Dex, you too serious right there, bro.
You had a
too serious.
I had to go in.
You had a 3. He had a great.
I see my money deplete. What you got, bro?
People asking in the chat, any dead or alive sportsmen or women that you can play poker with? You can play with all of these guys tomorrow here at the BetMGM Championship. If you've got $3,500, come on down.
See you guys tomorrow.
Play with these legends. They're going to be wearing these jerseys most likely. Easy to spot.
Casino, I'll probably get there.
I'm going.
Bye, brother.
And you can play a pot with them at the BetMGM Championship here for $3,500 at the Aria Poker.
See, here's the difference. You have Game Changer, and this is what.
Are we checking? Or are we not checking? What is Game
College
Changer?
league.
It's like where your kids play sports.
That's what it
I'm about to be a 6.
Well, this is high school.
5-year flag football coach.
You got dad filming it. Where is that? Atlanta?
That would have drowned me right there.
Yeah, they're down in Lake Point.
Sunstone, September.
WWBA. No, that's not that. He's in. 20.
Oh, somebody got something.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Got to believe in your cards right now.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Sheffield's
not worth it.
The ultimate comeback story that he's still even in this thing. I mean, I know he's bleeding, but
He's going to win this whole thing, or he's going to dance recital? One of the two.
No. You wanted to bet 25.
Yeah. Gave you 10.
Kratz is in trouble here.
He bet 20.
Well, I gave you 20, and I raised it.
No, you got to go to 40.
You gotta say 25, and if you do, you gotta.
You know when you want to end this quick.
It's got to be like 40, right?
I'm raising
Or 35?
It'll have to be 40.
So Fowler tried to raise him, but didn't put enough chips out
Throwing
there.
in 40?
Better at least piss one people off.
And Kratz knows he's
He
dead
like his
now.
hand.
Just gives up. Sees more chips.
Hey, how do payouts work for that? What is like the lowest you start getting paid out at?
Only a 15,000 chip bet. So cheap.
Probably.
Well,
How many players you?
Oh, 12.5% of field. Gotcha.
Yeah, I just bought a mower
So you probably
yesterday,
got
so I'm
about
trying to make
how
that
many
money
players?
This is a
back.
great
How many
bet.
players
Sit
would you
down
get in
mower.
that tomorrow? 1,500?
That's about 10% of the pot, just trying to milk him in. Kratz does reluctantly fold.
I did.
7.
He's going to show him he made a good fold.
Good hand, dog.
Kratz isn't playing well. I know he's not getting cards, but this is a little uncharacteristic for him.
He's kind of trying to force it, it feels like.
He's not getting much.
Yeah, that too. He really hasn't had much to work with. Here's our profile for Dexter Fowler. 2016 World Series champion. Who was he with?
The Chicago Cubs. That was one of the most epic World Series in my lifetime for sure, really in Major League history. Not only was it an incredible series, but also the Chicago Cubs had not won in a billion years. 100,
I think that's accurate. Yeah, a billion.
108 or something like that. I mean, it was
one of
a
the biggest
life-changing
droughts.
series for many people. Yeah.
One of the biggest droughts in baseball history, and also an Olympic bronze medalist. I was not familiar, and a CEO of 400 Ventures. My man Dexter's busy.
He is busy. He's a businessman, and yeah, the Olympics. I guess he played when.
It's on.
Okay.
I think, did he go to college? I thought he was picked out of high school.
All right.
But
I mean, maybe he was an Olympic swimmer. I don't know. Didn't have to be baseball.
he is a good athlete.
All right, speaking of not getting much, Kratz does pick up a premium, Ace Queen of Hearts.
I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Oh, and
see if he gets any action.
I'm worried that we're okay.
Pilar's not going a dominated ace.
This is a good showdown.
I have good cards.
Oh, did not want to see another ace, but he's going to double up Kratz here unless Jack comes out.
He said, I have good cards.
Not lying.
That's crazy work if you got
Kratz has better cards.
20?
Kratz is just deciding, do I call here or do I raise?
Or do I go all in?
How do I get the most chips? Yeah.
Trying to just reel him in.
I'm trying to reel him in.
He's got a purple.
Oh.
Very safe, dude.
That's you right there all day.
We might be looking at it straight, too.
Pilar's trying to bully him a little bit, no?
Now we're going all in.
There it is.
Pilar has not folded a pair yet. Thus far, he's just been on the right end of it when he's had a pair. I'll see it announced.
Yeah, I'll call. 35
He got
more?
an ace. He got a nice ace.
Yeah, I got a good.
I'm an ace.
He has a nice
You have a
ace.
better kicker?
Well, now there's a chop possibility. If a king comes out, they both have aces and deuces with a king, or an ace comes out for that matter.
Queen is winning.
But 2 jacks to win
Did I
it.
put enough in?
Well,
Yeah,
you'll count it. Just
did. You're
stack
good.
it up against.
Kratz, a massive favorite heading to the river. No jack indeed. That's safe. And Kratz finds a double right back to starting stack,
There you go.
getting back up to 20 big blinds.
I had a higher card.
It's big. He was nervous. You can see.
Higher on the
On the board.
Yeah.
Kratz feels like
Good call, dog.
Like if we both
he's turned a
had under
corner
the
Call
here.
right there.
we would have split.
Frankie coming in with the trivia
the
for
call
us.
right
Dexter
there.
got a bronze in the 2008 Summer Olympics for USA Baseball.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, I just don't
Yeah,
want to
because
like I'm nervous.
you
I
can't
got
play
nervous
in the
to do it.
Olympics if you're a
Hey, the
major
nice thing
leaguer.
is the dealer
That's
They
never been a thing. There are discussions ongoing with Major League Baseball and the Olympic Committee to try and make that a thing for the first time ever
the
in
dealer's
the
gonna do it all.
Olympic Games in Los Angeles, which are in, I want to say 2028.
They'll tell you
But
if you won.
they have not figured it out yet, and it is a money battle. I think the insurance
what
and
it is?
everything
Okay.
else it's very complicated. Big league players
folded one time
get
when
hurt
the man
very
still had
often,
to play.
so we'll see if that happens. But
So bad.
you
But they
can
put me right
play
here.
in those games when you're an amateur,
Put me
so
right here. I couldn't
you could
stand
be
nobody.
Tennessee.
a college baseball player, or you could be a minor league baseball player.
Interesting.
Like Todd Frazier played in the Olympics, who is part of our foul territory.
It's like
Because he was not in the big leagues at that time. He had just ended unofficially, I think, his big league career.
Yeah.
So he had a chance to play. I think that was the end, or he might have come back for a very short period of time with the Pirates. It was right before or after that. He was able to play in the Olympics, and he said it was one of the best experiences of his life.
Kratz is turning the
They got
heat
a lot
on
of
when it matters most. Pocket Kings.
That is right there.
That's a lot of
But a
potential.
very scary
You got
flop
straight out
for
the
Pocket
gate.
Kings. 7, 8, 9 with a flush draw. Pilar has a piece with top pair and an open ender, threatening to run down the overpair of Kratz. How will he handle this lead from Pilar of the small blind? All right, so we are frozen for a moment here in a very pivotal moment for Kratz with Kings against an overpair, a bunch of other players in the hand as well. When we come back, we'll find out how that plays out. We're not going anywhere, though. Just bear with us while we work through these technical difficulties, and let's take a moment to talk about How About Foul Territory podcasts. What do you want to do?
I would also
think
like
it's a
to
great
point
time.
out that we did freeze on a baller face from Kratz. That's a dialed-in screenshot right there.
That's like a picture of her.
I ain't fooling with it. Now, they hit my card that I need right here.
You gotta watch it for
Three.
There, he got me.
I told you.
Oh, hey, now if
Didn't I
it's-
say he had the
No,
three?
hey, Phil, I
Didn't
just
I say
know. I
KP
say-
had the
I
three?
say-
I told you I
Hey,
hit
he
the board.
wanted to bat earlier though.
Oh, he got the three.
He wanted.
Well, I mean, I
Hey,
had to. You got the three.
hey,
Go.
he might throw 6.
That's the only
Made
thing that
6.
can save me.
6. 6.
Oh! Or a
KP and
queen. A
Frank.
queen would have saved him.
Wow.
Or 7.
All right. Nap time.
Nap time?
Hey, you had a great.
Never seen a bigger smile.
No back-to-back for you.
It's okay, buddy.
That's all right.
It's okay. I got
What's
one.
bad is
I got one.
back-to-back.
I got
Well,
one. I
That's
got
why it's so tough, the grind.
one. That's right.
It's tough to go back to back.
AJs are out.
Yes. The agent's out. We gone.
there you go. There you go.
Hey, you got that full drink.
Matthew, you suck.
AJs are gone.
I was going to tip you,
DF
but
about to
then
be gone too.
after those hands, can't even tip you. Are we supposed to take this?
We supposed to wear it?
Oh, we got Dexter's number on the back.
Huh?
So what we got? 25 on the
2-5.
back.
I'm gonna wear that
That's Andruw.
when I go
Wear
play
it
blackjack
tomorrow.
after this.
Yeah.
That ain't
They're
mine.
gonna think I'm
Oh, you were
really
2-5
good.
in St. Louis?
What number on that?
Tomorrow.
Wait, he the real 2-5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wear it at the blackjack table.
What were you in Chicago?
24.
That's your real number, Drew.
You were in 21?
I'm just standing. How about we sit down?
I thought you were going to say like AC Slater.
There you go. You good?
I'm about to walk out. You about to walk out?
I'm about to.
He about to go to sleep.
I need
Give me a nap in.
I need to see who's gonna go out next, though.
Yeah, I'm not doing it for the peak of it.
You know, Pilar gonna put 20. I saw that you wanted to go in. You wanted to bat earlier.
Dex, you too serious right there, bro.
You had a
Serious for that
I had to go in.
You had a 3. They had a great.
I see my money depleting.
You want?
You got, bro.
I didn't think you.
That's-
I mean,
That's how you lose. You have
cards.
you have great cards. You just that's how you're gonna lose.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
You're gonna have threes and someone's gonna outkick you.
I don't even know what I got.
See you guys tomorrow.
Windfall.
See you tomorrow.
Not tonight.
Let's go.
Or maybe tonight.
Yep.
You guys are in
Dinner.
the casino. I'll probably
Get there.
I'm going.
Bye, brother.
Right after you.
Are you on Game Changer right now?
Oh, yeah.
How much is it? Check.
See, here's the difference. You have Game Changer, and this is what
Are we checking? Or are we not
Like
checking?
your
What is
kid
game
college
changer?
league. That's what
It's like where you play sports.
Check.
That's what it
I'm
looks
about to
like.
be a 6.
Well, this is high school state.
5-year-old
Yeah.
flag football coach.
You got dad filming it? Where's that, Atlanta?
Call
Head
would have
coach.
drowned me right there.
Yeah, they're down in, Lake Point.
Sunstone,
yeah.
September.
WWBA? No, that's not that. He's in.
Oh, somebody got something.
Thanks, Matty. Appreciate it.
Got to believe in your cards right now.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Not worth it.
Oh, he put the 25 out there.
I knew he was too serious with that.
He's gonna win this whole thing, or he's going to dance recital. One of the two.
You wanted to bet 25.
Yeah. Gave you change.
Because of how many
He bet 20.
I gave you 20, and I raised it.
No, you got to go to 40.
You gotta say 25, and if you do, you
Let
gotta,
me know when you want to end this
It's
quick.
got to be like 40,
I'm
right?
raising it.
Or 35?
it'll have to be 40.
40?
I'm gonna win this, and then I'm gonna be the first one out tomorrow.
You throwing in 40?
Better at least piss one people off. Gotta get one.
He like his hand.
Yeah, why do you play 3-7?
Hey, how do payouts work for that? What is it like?
Like
What is
that
like the
hand.
lowest you start getting paid out at? Like 10th? Like you finished 10th?
No, so probably.
What
How many
price?
players you?
Oh, 12.5% of field. Gotcha.
Yeah, I just bought a mower.
So you probably
yesterday,
got
so I'm trying to
about
make
how
that
many
money
players?
back.
How many players will you
Sit-down
get in
mower?
that tomorrow? 1,500?
I'm trying to make that money back.
What?
I don't have a king or a 10.
700?
I did.
800 players.
Good hand, dog.
12% of that.
Yeah.
So it's like
hand.
you gotta be like in the top.
When they bringing out them 25, you know you got to go ahead.
I just bought a mower, so I'm trying to make that money back.
I ain't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it.
You
trying to trap me. I play both.
You gotta throw it out there.
I ain't gonna play it now.
You gotta just lay it down. I'm just laying you out for slaughter.
Go ahead with your bad self.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make the money back.
I want you to run yourself up.
I'm big.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no? No.
Bam.
Where's the...
Oh, yeah, Dex.
What time is that
Why I
tomorrow?
keep getting
Oh, the button's what AJ's. Because it's still this. This orbit.
Are you big blind or small?
I don't know what the fuck I am right now.
You good.
I'm trying to get these
Do the
stacks.
button. Do this.
I'm
the button.
on live TV right now.
20.
Is this
Man,
live?
you killing me.
Huh?
Tape delay.
You live?
Tape delay.
We ain't supposed to curse, huh?
You can
No,
curse.
it's like on... It's on...
It's
Okay.
streaming. Stream.
Say what?
Line.
On the line.
How many people watching?
All right. All right.
30.
Later, bye. Sorry, guys.
100. You're good.
What is it?
20.
20. Oh, Lord. Nah, that's all right.
KP just calling just a call.
No, I like my. I like my.
I didn't realize.
He's trying to get people out.
stack of
bro.
booty.
He's the guy that get people out.
He's slow. He's slow playing.
I have good cards.
Look on the purples.
That's why you play.
All this horseshit card just came out on the table right now.
4-5 is good right there.
I have good cards.
4-5 is good. KP got that 4-5.
I have good cards.
That's crazy work if you got 4 or 5 right now.
I don't.
20?
You might
But I
well
Might
go
as well go all in.
He gonna
You
keep
don't got
raising
much
you, bro.
behind
You
you.
don't keep going up.
Unless you're trying to just
So
Real
I don't
immense.
understand that. Like on the last.
He's got a purple.
Oh.
Ooh,
That's interesting.
That's you right there all day.
We might be looking at it straight, too.
All in.
Oh, snapper. All in.
There it is.
He got deuces.
60.
55.
He's got deuces over there.
35.
Get himself back into the mix.
Betances is feeling the need to show that he knows what the other players have before they even flip their cards up. I know what you guys have. Sigh of relief from Kratz as he gets that pot. A little shimmy.
It's a good warm up for tomorrow.
100%. Lower, very. Yeah, the players at the table will be happy to have you there, Dexter Fowler. Don't worry.
He's going to be fun.
Love to see you there.
It sounded like he was worried about not knowing the result of every hand.
Yeah. Who wins?
KP's like, dude, they will handle that for you. You don't have to do the quick math.
There's the pocket kings of Kratz. Now we're back up to where we fell off
There we go.
earlier. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, he got some tap on me and he's stabbed now. He's like,
feeling good.
Love
I
feeling.
love Andruw Jones sticking around to hang out with the boys. Nice glass of vino and watching some good poker.
They're gonna be mad at me on live
He
TV.
like, no, it's this time.
No, I got good cards.
They got a lot of potential.
there it is, right there.
That's a lot of potential.
Straight off the
but-
gate. He got straight off the gate.
I bet you Pilar's going to bet 15,000. Just lead out from the small blind. What do you think?
I'm with you.
15.
Oh, I'm locked in.
Wow. You've got him down.
Kratz has a real decision here, though. It's an awkward spot. He's obviously not folding his kings. Does he want to raise now to protect against all the
Raise.
dangerous
Raise.
cards? He
Raise
does.
15 to the 30.
Somebody can
That's
pocket
good
something.
when you have a pocket.
What's wrong with this guy?
Sheffield. Oh, he wants to see it. I did not anticipate Sheffield getting involved. He's got 2 overs, and a 10 would give him the absolute best hand possible. I don't think Pilar's going to fold either. Kratz is looking for like a deuce of spades here.
But you pay to see it.
There it is.
They didn't put the
That's
whole
pretty
stack.
safe.
If they put
Almost
the
the
whole
same
stack,
thing.
And you don't. But they put a little bit, yeah.
I see.
Or you
See, this is where
Yeah.
Kratz really has an opportunity to start milking money
alright.
from
I'm learning.
Pilar.
I fucked that.
Also wants to protect because if he
Gotta
just
know
calls
from
here, well, about a third of the deck is very bad for him.
You tight right out.
Bro, he tripping.
Any 6, any
He a
9,
trip.
any 10.
What you do know?
Hearts look
She's been
scary
playing
even
pretty
though
good.
his opponents don't have a flush draw. Now there's another
Oh,
flush
yeah.
draw out there with the clubs.
I was going to say, I think he was going to raise big. He's raising
You would kill
all
him.
in.
Jack 10, KP.
You would kill him.
No, I don't. But I'm gonna fold. I'm gonna respect you.
Wow, big fold from KP.
What you have, man?
You want to know?
Yeah.
You got to stay in to find out.
You gonna see it in an hour. You might as well show it. You would have killed him.
He got
Should Kratz have played that differently
I got
with
pocket
a
8.
lighter raise? You like it?
Love the way he
You
played
would have
it.
killed
I
him.
threw it in.
Hey, there's a bio on your man.
I don't know. I don't like. I was because I'm like, I'm like,
He is from
somebody
Telford,
has something.
Pennsylvania.
Again,
Has been
there's
there
a lot
of cards
dozens
higher than
times
8.
to do the
Yeah,
show.
but
Yeah,
if
if it's a pair.
If you have pockets,
And
if you
Unless
have
I-
pocket, you play.
co-authored the
Now, if
memoir,
I
The
would
Tao
put it
of
up
the
higher,
Backup
All in,
Catcher,
if he
very
goes all
popular
if I would
book
put it up higher
about
out of
backup
the
catchers.
pre-flop,
It is a
before they see any
fascinating
cards.
lifestyle to learn about. It's a very popular book in the baseball world, and Kratz is one of the best human beings.
To me, there's
ever
no
been around
place
in my life.
besides like
He is
an
the
all-in.
ultimate teammate. He's exactly
Even there,
what
I
you would
would've called
expect
an all-in
a backup
eight.
catcher to be.
Okay.
Thorough, hardworking, great
would've beat-
teammate,
Most likely, unless the
understanding.
king would have came out.
Yeah, but I had.
Throw out all the accolades you would look
Well,
for.
this is
against
a
someone
real
that you want
thing.
to work with every
I was
day.
given a reason to-
Consistent,
Yeah,
reliable.
Oh, he already
That's not
lose.
much
Yeah,
better
but I'm like,
than
I'm giving
Brad
someone a reason to
Pitt
give it a
into
full.
broadcasting
If you win
just
this,
a couple years
if you
ago,
win
and
this, what are you winning? Nothing,
now
right?
asks
Right,
some
so
of the
let me
best
try that.
questions
Win
I've
this?
ever
Yeah.
seen on a baseball interview to other players.
This one?
Incredible.
Not
He's a special
today.
person.
10 grand.
Seems that way. Very authentic at the
Today?
table
It's
too,
not for your
having a good
charity.
time.
It's not 10
And
grand.
he's
It is
back
10
in the
grand?
mix.
Yeah, for your charity.
345
Oh, really?
pounds
This one?
when
I
he was
didn't know
short.
that.
He also knows his place
charity.
in every situation. He knows his place on the
I
show, when it's his time to shine, when it's his time to be more of
Trophy.
the
You gotta
rob, I gotta go
sidekick.
fund
Maybe
No,
that
no,
kid
I-
in baseball as a
charity,
basketball
right?
catcher. He knows
I
that
didn't know
here, where he was much quieter
Yeah.
as his chips were
Okay.
dripping away.
Yeah.
See, I
And
didn't
now
know
he's getting
that.
more
I thought it
involved.
was
We
just,
call those chirping chips.
That's right.
Walking in now, you're
Lock it
more
in,
likely
right
to
here.
be
Right
in a
off
good
the rip.
mood, more likely to chat it up.
Bam.
I mean, I see his face every day for
Yeah.
years
25K
now,
for
so I can
Last time
see
it was
the
25, I
life
don't
back into
For
his
charity.
personality.
He was kind
Oh,
of
look at
down
that.
in the
This is
dumpster for the
25.
first
I'm a charity
hour.
kid.
Yeah.
And he was
35
letting the
and
room play
unemployed.
out
Yeah.
because you had some stars with
25,000
stories
for
and
my new
momentum,
charity.
and as
For
they
your-
start to
that's why
feel
we
it a
didn't-
little bit,
that's why we
with
didn't
a
bring
couple
Maven.
hours into a
Could've
tournament,
given it to his
Kratz and
son's
his
baseball
endurance
team.
starts to rise. It's
Can't
his
be having
time.
that.
Love it.
It's not charity.
Sheffield has
Is
a
that what
flush
he did
draw.
already?
Not much else
No,
working.
last time they gave
Ace
it
high
to
in the lead.
my charity. It was
Not
awesome.
anymore.
Check.
Sheffield and Pilar both make two pair,
Oh,
and
good.
they will be
Charity.
splitting this pot as it checks around.
Got that ace.
6.
Got that
Six.
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 What's your?
They
Oh, your
split
2 kicker.
Definitely.
Oh,
I got
take
split
it.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You took their money.
Thank you.
so if you would have had the 8, like, now if I would have raised it up,
It's not
Much
that
bigger?
much for you to see the first 3 cards.
He's talking
And-
about that
and
strategy.
you have
And
me. You
you
have
asked
me
it to
covered.
answer it. I think you played it well. You got to raise it up pre-flop.
You know
Could have went a little bit
you
bigger.
would have.
But on that flop of 9-8-7,
So that's my.
we call that a very
that was
wet
my,
board.
like,
And it's
had
a
I only
dynamic
put
board.
20
That the
in,
next card very
pocket
likely is
kings,
going to change what the best hand is.
you have a chance of
When that's the case and you have a
letting
really
some
strong
dudes
hand,
stay in the
you
pot
want
and they can
to
hit
charge
hard.
your opponents, right? You want to make them
It's a
pay
risk.
to see
Normally
those
you'd go
cards
more with
because even if they don't have the cards you're worried about, those are scary cards, and then you
go
don't get
less.
any money from them. So you want to get money in while you likely have the best hand, and they have an interest in the cards to come. So he played it well, and there at the end, there was a massive pot. So, yeah, just go all in. Seemed to be the only bet size that makes sense. If these guys got it, they got it, but they're going to pay for it if they
get us out of
don't.
here.
And now we see the result. He's all the way up to 335, and he didn't even have to win the pot at showdown. He just took it down with no fight.
Really nicely done.
Really nice comeback from him, and he's put himself in a good spot right there near the top of the counts with Betances and Pilar.
And Dexter Fowler hanging around at 275K. At one point, I know he was at least in the 70,000 range on a chip count, so good for him.
He's hanging around, playing very simple. If he makes a pair, he's coming in. Not really doing anything too fancy, and it has resulted in him getting paid off in several spots. Here, he's got top pair again.
All in.
I was thinking
Sheffield moves all in, and Fowler has top pair. This could be the end of Gary Sheffield.
I just won a poker table.
What was that?
See how this week goes.
Very often, this does result in a chop, though, because their kickers are so low. But Sheffield is all in at risk.
That's awesome.
He's calling.
Yeah, we'll talk afterwards.
He just calls.
It's a gamble. I'll call.
Oh,
Wow, he's got the open ender.
This is a good wish, you know. See, when this fool go in.
What is Pilar looking for?
He's an 8 or a king to make a straight, so that's 8 outs.
No, you got him.
He's also got a pair of 3s,
I know you do.
so a 3 or a 9 would do it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, now Fowler and Sheffield are both feeling it, and Chef's already all in. Doesn't matter.
They both are going to chop this pot. They both got 3 queens with a jack and a 10, so their kickers will not play. Best 5-card hand.
Chop it up.
Chop it up.
Oh, yeah, with a 10.
So I keep
I
mine.
don't know.
Yeah, you keep that, yeah.
Just keep it, and then he'll split this.
Sheffield lives to see another day, despite having a worse top pair.
I didn't even
Will
see
chop
it.
this pot.
Look at that. So we have 6 players left.
Re-rack.
I'm in.
Oh, get out of here, AJ.
Thousands. Who's in?
Here comes the class clown.
Did y'all give him Red Bull?
All in?
I'm in.
Get out of
Can we
here.
buy in like that?
Pookie and Vermont Cheddar to answer that question.
From
What is
AJ.
happening? He's back.
Coming in with some rogue chips. No, I mean, he's not back. He's just
Are those 1Ks? What's going on?
clowning everyone. He found some chips to bring into the table. Wow, that was a short nap.
And he's wearing that beautiful jersey too. We would love to have AJ sit back down, but this is you're out situation. Maybe next time. Tomorrow he can take his shot at the 3,500 where those chips will play.
You'd be like this.
They're gonna be packed in like minor leaguers in a rental house.
What time does it start tomorrow? 2? 12?
I mean, you can go there at 12, but
You could be there anyway.
Yeah, Pookie, Vermont Cheddar, asking questions. This is a live event, but we are streaming on about a 30-minute delay.
they won't blind you
So
out.
we're in a separate room watching
time
it
it
with
start,
you,
It starts
about
at
30
12,
minutes
you can get there
behind.
1,
But it
2
is a
o'clock.
live event happening right now
Or you can start
at the
at 12.
PokerGO studios.
Or you can get if you're awake. Never know. Vegas.
Depends on how Vegas.
I mean, we're in Vegas.
Check.
Everybody got small cards.
Teeny tiny.
Tiny. Everybody got small.
Like I like to
Oh
start
shit!
a little later.
Two aces.
I lost that shit.
Any check?
Sheffield's queens hold up. He's on the comeback trail, even with 2 aces and a king out there.
What you doing?
I was waiting on them to bet.
Yeah, I don't think Chef was going to get much out of that hand. I think they were going to
He didn't even
fold.
know how to play.
Chef had
I
all
did.
the
I was
names.
like, bro, I'm out. Like, but I already put my money in, so I'm gonna stay.
I was waiting on
Hey,
them
you
to put
kept
some
going
more
like
on
this.
you.
I never
waiting
I
for
was
them
slow.
to
I was
start.
like this.
You knew he wasn't gonna.
If somebody jump, you were like, okay, I'm jumping.
We haven't heard much from Colton Wong lately. He hasn't
He's
really
the
been
quietest one
yeah,
of the bunch.
But also, as far as playing hands, he's been kind of quiet too.
How much I have?
He's got a nice watch on though.
He does.
gotta
He's in
change it
trouble.
up, Drew.
He's in trouble. We're low. Blinds are at 20K. Even our chip leader, who has 370, only has 18.5 big blinds to work with. So it's going to get serious. Need to pick up some hands now. Colton does commit 20% of his stack with King 5 suited.
They're gonna bull you out of it.
We're going to see a flop
Bull
here.
you out of it. Look at KP. Making it look like he doesn't have a lot, and then he's got like 925s.
I got some decent 20.
He's got 10s now.
Looking around.
Top
fighting his
pair
way.
for Pilar.
Cover that mouth, Dylan.
I can't see.
You're tipping pitches right
Is
now.
that what it is?
Going high.
High is fastball.
For those non-baseball
Bully
fans,
you out.
tipping pitches means that the batter knows what you're going to throw him. It is a massive advantage in baseball where nowadays you have many starting pitchers who have 4, 5, 6 plus pitches in their arsenal, and if you know the one that's coming, it is much easier to time it up.
Let me ask you this baseball question. There's people assume or talk about how there are teams within the organization in the back office who are their job is to. Andruw Jones just hanging out. Look at he's back too. Welcome
Epic
back.
graphic. Well done.
Hanging out. There's Andruw Jones. I'll get back to my question in a second. 5 times All-Star, Braves Hall of Fame, hometown Olmsted, Curacao, which I believe is north coast of Venezuela. I think it's right next to Aruba.
That sounds right, and I can tell you that Curacao is technically under the purview of the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
The Netherlands is always a very active participant in the World Baseball Classic, which has become a very popular event in baseball, and Andruw Jones has been part of teams in the past. I think he's always part of the coaching staffs at this point,
What does that mean?
but Curacao is a baseball hotbed despite being a teeny tiny island.
Had no idea.
And Xander Bogaerts is from there, Jerkson Profar. There are a number of other major leaguers. That team is pretty star-studded. It's not the Dominican Republic or Venezuela or the U.S., but it's up there.
For a
it's
small
a
island
top
nation,
5
yeah.
country, I would say, right at the edge, maybe 5 or 6 in terms of nations worldwide. Japan, U.S., DR, Venezuela. That's your clear-cut top 4. Then you can start to make cases for Netherlands, Mexico,
Puerto Rico.
and Puerto Rico. That's probably the next tier. There's a top tier, and then the next tier. Canada is close in that tier as well.
I think he's probably best.
Interesting spot. Curacao is a
You know,
fascinating
start getting confidence
nation with some impressive ball players who usually speak
the game goes, that's the difference.
4 or 5 languages. Xander Bogaerts, I think, knows 6 languages.
Makes me wonder what I've been doing with my life.
Barely grasping English.
But he didn't play shit. He didn't play All-American game.
Colton Wong committing 20K with only 40K behind, and Pilar going nowhere with bottom pair. Colton better hope he has something.
Danny Griffin's a bad boy, bro.
I don't even know. I mean,
Bro, he's a bad boy.
he's
playing
good, but I'm saying
blind.
like,
I would say this about
Do we know what Colton
Connor
has?
Griffin
Don't see
has
it.
all the talent.
He's not lined up.
It might have
I
just
don't
been a
like the
card
swing.
reading error in this one.
But
Queen
now they
7.
done cleaned
He
it up.
did
Did
have
you see it?
second
Did you see
pair.
it?
Good for
Before
him. Gets
that. I
Pilar to
didn't see the
fold
new
bottom
one. I just-
pair.
his new swing.
Takes a
you get
very
the-
important
when
pot
you
down,
first
back
saw
up
the
to
swing,
170K.
Right.
All right, so my question was, are there teams in existence that you know of, in your experience and expertise,
Yours was.
that have teams devoted to studying pitchers and like how they tip their pitches, or like, oh, if this guy, holds his glove this high, it's a fastball, and this high, it's a curveball, that sort of thing?
So you have players and coaches who pick up on things.
Yeah.
I believe that every team at this point has at least one employee who has that as a major responsibility in their job description. Some teams have departments that work on pitch tips because it can be the difference in, forget just winning a game. I mean, it can be the difference in winning a World Series. So if you've got a tip on a guy in a World Series game, that can be the deciding factor. There's no doubt about it. So yes, it is a big part of the sport. We actually had a recent episode where it became a focus of the interview. It was with Sal Frelick of the Milwaukee Brewers. So if you want to look it up on YouTube and just type Sal Frelick, Foul Territory, we've had him on twice. It's the more recent interview. We got into that, and it was really interesting.
I'll check it out. Yeah. Gary Sheffield picks up a premium hand. Oh no, Colton Wong, what's happening?
40 total with a giggity hand.
He's level now.
Sheffield raises to 40, and Colton Wong calls with King Deuce.
So he should have been drafted this year.
Not much for him working on that flop. He does have the King of Spades working.
So it had to be early. So basically, he was.
I don't think Sheffield's going to let him see any cards for free.
Like Harper.
Quick fold for
So a
Wong.
lot of
Yeah.
guys are
reclassing the other way.
But some guys have been, if you're ready,
shows
early.
He goes.
That's pretty good.
Collier did
Let me
it.
tell you, Collier can swing it too, man.
But he's physical.
Do you like when players show their cards?
I love it. More free information. Show it to me all the time.
True.
So
Do you get a lot out of it, or often do they know the right time to show it where it's not going to be that revealing?
it's sort of a
skinny, so I think the problem
players who show their cards
that whole
are
weight
typically the
situation
ones that you're going to get a lot out of it from.
background all
And
the
just
time.
being very respectful here. More players who are newer to the game or recreational, they don't play for a living. They're playing more to have fun. Yeah, they'll show that hand that they're proud of, or they'll show that bluff that they just made. It's just giving information to your opponents. So sometimes it's very standard and you don't learn very much, and it's like, yeah, it makes sense that you had that hand. But sometimes, like, you're not. You shouldn't be playing that hand in that spot, So then you sort of use that information for future hands that you play against them, that sort of thing.
You're about to do it?
So I typically don't show anything. In cash games are different. I think I treat cash games more like a fun environment because I play tournaments for a living, and cash kind of every once in a while on the side is just more of a fun thing. So I don't feel like players are going to use information against me in the future in cash games or in tournaments. I might face the same players over and over and over.
I don't know, man. I text message
But I don't know. I'm doing a daily vlog these days from the WSOP that shows all my hands anyway. So much for giving
If someone
that
really
away.
wants to study you and take you down, I guess
Do your
they can.
research. Enjoy. Yeah.
Make sure you know we're on mic after we're done.
Yeah, I can tell you.
So I don't know,
Yeah. And it's really like he's out for the season.
Yeah.
He's got to. What a dude.
I can tell you, it's
What a dude.
okay. He's not dying.
Yeah.
He's not dying, but he's got.
We're very much trying to let these players talk while also contributing where appropriate. So apologies if we're talking over some interesting conversations. We'll sit back and let these guys talk as they are.
Fucking doing his thing. The way he lives is incredible.
Living it. He didn't try the nicotine patch?
No, he's still ripping heaters.
Bro, he's still
Marbles?
Stay heaters.
Straight heaters.
Hey, I walked in the hotel, that man was smoking heaters.
I gotta go 20.
Yeah, it's gotta be. He go down in the back and just like before they were like, man, you can't smoke right here. So
Like
he
Benny?
go, like
Cole, you too serious.
Like Benny Castillo.
Vinny Castillo and Javi Lopez, man, they were like straight heaters, bro.
They crazy.
They were like
Working
straight.
the line right before I got here.
They crazy.
Talking about players that used to smoke
Yeah.
cigarettes
I left last night.
in the
bro.
tunnel.
I had a bodybuilder sitting
Big
next to me,
pot
too,
between
bro. This
two of the chip leaders.
You have lay down seats from there?
No, they put me in the regular.
Somebody
This
got-
is a huge pot. Pilar turns the straight.
I had no idea. until I
Kratz
pulled up.
turns
Crazy.
a straight flush draw, and
Hey,
Pilar
can
just
I
checks it
come
back.
in? Oh, we're sold out. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, bro.
That could have been much bigger if Pilar chose to bet the turn.
I would right home. I'm getting off the plane. I'm not flying this far.
Ghost Rider.
What? I'm literally walking on the plane. All right, I'm good. Hey, go ahead and get my bag off. That ain't gonna work.
Hey, you also I'm 5'7", bro. It
I
don't matter.
don't care, bro.
TSA will mess with
I can
you the whole
snuggle
time. They're
on
like,
good.
dude, you walk off the plane, you might not get on the plane ever again. They'd be like, nah, this guy.
No first class, I'm out. I didn't realize that he said he went to the desk and was like, hey, do y'all have any first class? They said, no. I would have been like, all right,
Peace.
I'm giving my bag
Peace.
and I'm going home.
That's right.
Kratz bets 75, and I don't think he's.
whatever y'all
If
gonna do,
Pilar
whatever.
knows what he. Oh my gosh, he just folds.
Yep.
How long was the
I don't think he realized he had a straight.
Oh no.
That ain't it.
Oh no.
Wait,
It
what?
gets longer going back.
He had a straight 8, 9, 10 jack queen, turned the straight, and when he checked the turn, I was worried that he didn't know what he had. Because he was going for the flush, too. He had a flush draw and a straight draw. He hit the straight draw but didn't realize it. And Kratz gets away with betting there.
And we haven't seen that. We haven't seen a hand where someone really missed the boat on what they had. I mean, is there any chance that Pilar got scared that Kratz had a higher straight? Or, I don't know.
He had the second nuts. It was the second best hand possible. And from what we've seen from him, he's willing to call with third pair, second pair. You know, I think
So
he
just a total miss.
He was looking for the flush and he missed the straight. I've done it.
We're about, I think, 3 hours in.
Yeah. Drinks are flowing. Conversations are happening. Might have just got a little fatigue there.
In fairness, I've played in some tournaments where I don't think I missed anything, but people are chatting. I'm talkative, and then you're not as dialed in.
100%. Yeah, and especially when you're hanging out with a bunch of your friends.
I was like,
So just for the record.
Oh man, that's the one that I'm gonna want to have a conversation with Pilar about.
I was on a charter flight.
baby.
And they put
One
me in-
time.
I was on a
That off
charter
the rip.
flight.
That might be the one we look back at. What kind of swing was that, Ish?
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss for sure. Good call.
Like 150K or so going the other way.
150K. And when you have this much parity right now,
Yeah.
and now it's given Kratz the lead. It's that much of a swing.
Yeah, Kratz would have been the bottom of the counts if he lost that pot.
And now he's at the top.
Giggle Pigs _ Tickle Blaster says Pilar gonna hate rewatching that part. I would think so too. Pilar, if you're here right now, it happens to the best of us.
I don't want to see
you had a 6.
another spade.
You had a 6.
Oh man, and he
You had an 8.
he doesn't even know it.
I know he's
It's,
sitting there.
it's burning inside of me.
Like he just, I missed my flush. What am I gonna do? And he just had a hand that could have ended it. Ended Kratz's run.
Get your fucking catcher mitts ready.
Get my back shot.
Throwing that thing. She was warming up back there. I saw you. She's getting a finger ready.
All right. Let's go now.
Yeah, she's gonna give you a paper cut. I'm gonna put a thing right here.
Be nice.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, Andruw Jones is here for the vibes.
Hanging out.
Hey, no cigar.
You don't see his name up there.
Pierzynski busted in
I never
8th
seen
place.
Not smoking.
Jones busted in
Smoking here?
no,
Jones
Jones in
first.
8th, and then Pierzynski busted in 7th. And we're left with these final 6.
Can't smoke in here, but you can smoke in the casino.
Hey, welcome. Darth Coates said he just showed up, but I've enjoyed the commentary. Thank you for your comment.
I love where you can
Means a
play
lot.
and smoke. I love that part of it. I was like, I ain't want to pull it out. They tell me I can't.
Late. I'll be just.
What you got out there, Dick?
I just be munching on it.
What you got out there, Dick?
This?
Blinds are up. 30K.
I got this.
Chip leader Betances has 13 big blinds, so
30 out?
it's going to go fast from here.
That's a lot.
Who's going to play aggressive? Who's going to pick up the chips? You got to play for first. Second place pays nothing.
That's crazy.
I'm surprised Betances and Kratz have not been more aggressive early on, pre-flop and even just early on in
got sticky right there.
hands here where they've had an advantage, or even where they haven't really even bluffed their way to any big wins. There hasn't been much bluffing in general, which you would expect from some of these players, but I'm surprised that there are probably at least 2, if not 3 here that weren't trying to sneak by
Say
some
goodbye.
of these guys.
Scott, say goodbye to Colton Wong.
I'm about to have a baby.
He's just flopped a flush, but Pilar has a better flush.
And what are you supposed to do in that case?
You go broke.
You do, right?
You say, thank you, poker gods. It's been fun, but send me out the door.
What do you? I mean, come on.
Sometimes you make the second best hand. Sometimes you just lose.
One day,
It's your. Sometimes it's your time to die, is what you say in tournament poker, and this is Colton Wong's time to die.
You're not supposed to fold
ever
if you're Colton.
No, not for,
And, hey,
especially
here he
with
goes.
blinds this expensive. Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Now there is a chance 7 of spades, 8 of spades comes out to give him a straight flush. That is possible. Unlikely. Running perfect is all he has. But hey, Sheffield, by the way, has a flush draw himself who could run them both down.
So Chef's all in.
Did he or did he just call Wong? I think he may have kept 60K behind.
Will
We'll see.
somebody be out on this hand?
Somebody will be out on this hand.
Yeah.
You think somebody gonna be out? You think they're gonna chop this
So
up?
Chef and Pilar are both going all in?
Well, Chef kept about 40K behind, it looks like. I think he tried to go all in, but he just called Wong instead. He's looking for any
I got a
spade.
chance to be the best hand.
Oh.
Because they're still playing on the side.
Gotcha.
So we're heads up on the side now.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Sheffield has top pair now. It's no good, but you might not know that.
Yeah, he's pushing him in.
Might we lose Wong and Sheffield in this hand?
He's not gonna let you see it for free.
Oh, he say he's gonna go.
It's a big swing for
Pilar.
Pilar.
What you got, Chef?
I know he got a straight.
Oh, he's worried about the
I
straight.
don't care. I'm
got that
all
ace
in.
flush,
I gotta
not
do it.
straight.
He gone. Let me see.
I gotta do it.
How much is that?
Gotta do it.
This is less than what you have out. So
I know.
Wong's toast.
I know.
Yeah, Wong is out of here. We know that for sure.
He gone.
Oh my God.
We need a spade here for Chef.
And Sheffield has a chance. There's only...
We got one more
Oh, he
card.
does have 2 pair, by the way, which evaded me. That's full house outs, too. Any king, any 3, any spade.
I got options.
Unless it's a 7
I got
or a
options.
2.
Got options like
Space.
like
I got options.
like Jack
You do,
Harlow.
Chef?
But the straight flush outs are no good. So a 2 of spades, 7 of spades will not win it for Chef. Just a 9. Double KO. We see
That's
Colton
wild.
Wong and Gary Sheffield out the door.
You got no.
KP.
And there's a final 4, and Pilar back in a nice position again because he was coming back down to the pack.
Yeah, he was. One big hand at a critical point.
Worthwhile wear.
Is that it?
That's it.
Tell me about it.
They saved people.
Kevin Pilar with that I haven't retired yet swag on the table.
How is this different? Operation Underground Railroad.
Offline, you'll be big blind.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I'm trying to be out too.
But it sounds like the same.
There's 4 people in
You seen the movie?
Side 30?
Dang.
3. I think 360.
It's not good.
Do you think Pilar has worn this cowboy hat before, or did he bust it out just for because he's playing Texas Hold'em?
I think he's worn it.
Okay, this
He
is
You
it.
ain't writing no check.
Is he from Texas? Hold on.
If he had, you would have been.
All of them. Yeah.
He had. You had.
Oh, let me get this massive pile of chips out of my way so I can raise this pocket sevens.
It's just us 3?
He's a California kid.
What, 9, 10?
He flopped the flush too. What he had?
9, 10, you can't go over.
Man,
No.
Yeah.
that one hurt.
I mean, you didn't have a big stack.
Yeah.
That's how I got put out last time.
Maybe scare him out right here.
Ace king.
My turn? That's why I ain't winning tomorrow.
Oh, see, it's a change.
That's why.
Attitude like that?
That's how I play right there.
You
flying back on coast.
Got a better chance.
That's how I play tomorrow.
Nah, you got a better chance tomorrow.
Early?
Nine, check.
Yeah.
The advantage you have?
The fact that we playing house money.
I'm chasing the dream.
Everyone else is like,
Bet.
30.
Yeah.
I'm not
Power spot for Betances to try and catch up to Pilar here.
A 7 on the river. There's one left in the deck would be disaster. Other than that, Betances has this one locked up.
I heard that.
That makes him feel even better about his pair of 10s.
What's wrong?
He didn't even want to push him?
Close, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my 7.
Betances is a good poker player, so, you know, your mind is like, well, what's going to call me?
Where did I hear
Sometimes
that?
a hand like pocket sevens will call you
promise you, I
because
just made that
you
up.
might not be aware of, like,
No, there's a song. Dream
whether you should call or not. So, I don't know. Either way, Betances is raking that pot. And word to the wise people, National Harbor Potomac Poker Open. We talked about the Summer Poker Open already, but put this one on your radar. The Potomac Poker Open at National Harbor returns August 13th to 25th with over $2 million in guarantees. Win your way or lock up a seat online with BetMGM Poker. Full qualifier schedule is coming soon. Very much looking forward to get back to the Potomac Poker Open. You ever been to National Harbor?
I have not, but it is high on the bucket list. So I would anticipate that I'll be there within the next year. We've had some conversations.
Yeah, August seems like a great chance.
August would be nice. We are booked to the
I
brim with
bet you are.
events.
I bet you're 8 months out at this point.
Yeah, but I think 2026 is the spot. I was actually playing with someone behind the scenes who works high up there. Just happened to be playing literally right next to him in a tournament at Borgata maybe 6 months ago. It was cool. But yeah, we had conversations about making a little stop, which for some of us can just be a quick drive. But I've heard great things. Have you been there?
One time, yeah.
Okay.
I want to get back. And they're doing great things with their tournament series, partnering with BetMGM Poker. So it's, you know, bigger tournaments than ever before.
I've heard it's a large property.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, it's gonna be good. You gonna be good. He's like, you gonna be good.
I'm jealous.
I'm not gonna stay. It was good. It was a good hand.
I'm jealous of people who play who live in a state where BetMGM Poker exists. I'm in California right now, and I don't get to play on there. But all these satellites into all these events and big tournaments that run all the time.
How about shared liquidity online now, where I'll play in New Jersey when I'm there, visiting family somewhat frequently, and now you've got Pennsylvania and Michigan involved.
Yeah.
It's a good time. That's why Kratz is so good. He lives in Pennsylvania.
Plays online?
He plays online very frequently, and I've been to his town very often. There's not a lot to do. He's a family man.
Okay.
You can't hit the town. The town closes at 8 p.m.
Big stack.
Come out, man.
I bet Dante's raising it up, ready to put the pressure on, but Pilar's got a pretty 7-6 suited. And Kratz is going to get involved too. Could be a lot of interaction with these hands. Diamond specifically would be a disaster for Pilar.
Big part coming on right here.
I got the worst hand.
Oh, that's perfect. She performing at 6:45.
Oh, so
You got time.
Yeah.
All right, so there come.
If she performing,
lady.
I promise you, every hand I'm going all in. I got to see my
Lady.
Yeah,
Lady.
you can't be late for that.
Lady coming up.
I didn't catch who they were talking about performing.
I think it's Dexter Fowler's daughter, who is, I want to say,
Yeah. Come on with me. I'll come.
a professional cheerleader or competitive dancer.
Oh, there is a dance contest in town.
That's weird.
I think
That's
Dexter
the dance
Fowler's daughter
championships.
might be at that competition.
Just ride. Y'all get in the car. We'll go.
I'm in.
We'll run down there, see her, come back.
I gotta see now. I haven't seen her in a long time.
And y'all got to see her, but she's going
the
crazy.
kids, bro.
I've been watching Instagram. Like, my goodness.
Hey, never know that inspiration show up.
100%.
Show up.
You good? Look at that 7 there.
I would have lost that shit. I would have hella lost that shit.
Dante's with the best hand, but a very scary board out there.
Man, all that to play, bro.
That's it.
Usually we got people
organize it.
Like an Australian baseball player.
I usually give it to wife and be like, hey, organize it.
Organize it. Make it work for me.
Yeah. My wife OCD, she'll be in that like.
Hey, don't
KP,
mess around with Dylan.
What I have?
No. Hey, don't mess
6'7",
around with Dylan.
suited.
Be quiet. Trying to
Slowly trying to take it.
quiet, man.
We got too many.
He gonna keep you slow down.
Correctly, you do it all. You know how much to put down. You know how much.
You know, if you win this, you can't give it to the Players Alliance.
I'm not
Why?
Players
He
Alliance.
give it to whoever he wants.
No, he can't do that. He working for the league. He working for the Players Alliance. He working.
I'm not in the Players Alliance.
We are now. Yeah, you are now. Oh damn.
Now I'm gonna give it to the Players Alliance now.
He's gonna give it to Manfred. He's gonna give it to everybody.
What was it called?
John Fisher.
That's my neighbor.
Come on.
Baton says, obviously, New York guy, played for the Yankees and the Mets. Just found out a fact about him for his signing bonus when he signed on. You know what he used that money for?
What?
Bought his parents a house.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Those are the best stories.
Yeah.
Different guy.
Yeah, I was Fisher. But that dude can play, so. You ever played with him?
Marty Fish can play.
Right, good.
Good golfer.
I heard Steph can play too, huh?
Steph can play real good.
He ain't Marty Fish though. Marty Fish is crazy.
Yeah, he
can play though.
Like that dude fairway all day, and greens. You playing this year, right?
No, I'm going to.
Check.
What are we doing here?
9-7.
Checking it down. 8 high, no good, Fowler.
Oh, wow.
By the way, if you didn't notice, new chip leader.
Yeah, that was nothing.
Dylan Baton says, shocker, surprise, surprise. The cream rises to the top.
Hey, nobody's staying in when you got everybody staying.
The two favorites are in.
Yeah.
The favorite is Betances. I would say by a healthy margin heading into this one. And he's showing up.
It was dicey early, but he has found a way to climb to the top of the counts.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to flush. Mount.
When he called me, I was like, dang.
Small blind, big blind, please.
How much I gotta do? 3?
What KP doing? Peeing?
Polaris
Did he
stepped away
disappear?
from the table. Oh, and he would have had ace king.
Man is gonna bring them
The
stacks down.
card reader is going to troll him and let him know that he had ace king, but he's not at the table.
So they had to fold him?
Yeah.
Go-
If you're not at the table, you don't get to play your hand.
Oh, man, KP, there's multiple mistakes here.
Yeah.
We call them errors in Major League Baseball.
You can call them errors here, too.
Come on, KP.
No, ace king wouldn't have been that good of a hand here. Betances has a flush draw and a straight draw. Going to be very happy to put some chips in the middle. That's why you bet. Even if you don't have anything, you can just win the pot when your opponent folds. Well done, and Betances adds more to his stack.
Flush draw.
Where's you at? Like, what does that mean? I'm trying to learn.
So basically, I'm on a draw. So there was 2 diamonds. I had 2 diamonds on my hand. One more diamond. I had a.
You got a small diamond.
Yeah.
1 in 4 chances.
Yeah.
Betances giving some poker lessons to his neighbor Dexter Fowler.
The most experienced with the least experience
Seems that way.
left to go here.
2-4.
Runner to be able to advance instead of.
Fowler has the hometown advantage. He's from, he lives in Vegas.
Does he?
Did you know that?
I wasn't aware.
Yeah.
No.
Just happened.
We'll do it live.
Had a rain delay.
He was the
did this-
easiest invite for us.
sit in a
Are
rain
you in
delay.
town? Cool.
Yes, I am. Interesting. Do you know what brought him to Vegas?
I don't. I'm not sure.
Not gonna cut.
Maybe he's
There could
actually
be a family
professional-
connection.
Maybe he's actually a professional poker player, and he's using this stream to make everyone think he's not very good. And then he goes to his real game and just cleans up.
Wait until the final 3 or something like that. I mean, certainly got enough to play with here to make a push.
Pilar has the dominating pocket jacks, takes this one down with no issue. I think, based on that floor person's announcement, we're about to take our first and likely only break of the day with the way these stacks are looking. So we are going to step away during this break, and we will be back in 15 to 20 minutes or so. There's your chips counts at our first break. Only 4 players remain playing for the golden helmet and the $25,000 they've agreed to give to a charity of their choice. Don't go anywhere. We're going to throw you to some highlights of the action thus far, and we'll be back to close this one out.
Opens for the men.
Oh, wow.
Weissman with the ace-jack of diamonds.
And Wang's been active.
Yeah.
So I expect Weissman to take the aggressive route here.
And there's the shove. Rodriguez out of the way. Wang makes the call. Here we go. Michael Wang all in and at risk with 2 queens against Joey Weissman's ace-jack of diamonds. If Wang can win this, he'd be up to more than $5.3 million in chips. Rodriguez, Sufer look on anxiously with a 39K pay jump perhaps on the line. Comes the flop. King 10-7. Weissman could use a queen right about now.
What about a dime? First one.
Turn card. It's the 10 of diamonds.
It had to be interesting.
And that means that Weissman is looking for an ace or a diamond.
Queen of diamonds.
Queen of diamonds.
Well, the
royal.
queen of diamonds would be a royal flush beating a full house. And it's the queen of diamonds!
Oh!
And it is the royal flush beating the full house!
Oh welcome to GG Poker. Me and him could play for second place.
Oh!
What a life you
The
live.
pain.
And DeVore
Wow.
has 2 jacks.
10 seconds. I think ICM would favor a flat here.
1.19.
Raise. 1.1.
He'll 3-bet to 1.1 million. And that's something that Taft certainly loves hearing.
1.9.
Very small 4-bet.
To 1.9 million.
The smallest allowed, right? Jeez.
The min 4-bet. Can DeVore find a way to get away? Not yet. He does make the call.
Large portion of his stack now already in the middle. Less than 1 SPR behind.
He has 4.3 million in the pot, as you see on the bottom right corner of your screen, and he has 3.7 million behind, as you see on the bottom left corner. And the flop is 10-9-4.
This is trouble for DeVore if he wants to convince himself that Taft has ace-king in his range.
Okay.
Lots of combos of it.
Goes small here, the down bet on a 10-9-4
Yeah,
for
I'm
the small of the
assuming
bet.
this tank is, are we going to call the 700 or are we putting a lot more chips in? But he does just make the call.
7, right?
Now more than 5.7 million in the middle. Another 4 arrives.
Taft sizing sets us up for a nice jam.
There is that jam. 10 seconds. Does fold the jacks.
And you know, it's tough to commit so many chips and then fold, but he's still ahead of 3 other stacks.
That's right.
Having made that fold.
And Westmoreland with ace-king.
Oh, baby.
Time extension used for an additional 30 seconds to act. And does jam.
Nope. Sorry. Need to show
That one's certainly flush.
This one.
Heard Burke say, I don't think I can fold.
I think you can. Do.
Does make the call, and here we go.
Love boys.
What?
Oh man,
massive flip.
Baldy and Rampage are loving this.
No matter what, yeah, they either get an elimination right here, or it's Westmoreland down to 275K. More than 8.1 million in the middle. Westmoreland's fiance Kate at the window.
A lot of money in there, boys.
Oh, what a big spot this is to potentially end the night. Jack 4-3, so far so good for Burke. Westmoreland needing an ace or a king or backdoor cards to make it straight. The turn is a 5 to add a few more outs. A deuce, an ace, or a king gets us to our official final table of 7. Anything else, and it's a double up for Burke. River card is an ace. Westmoreland wins the flip in dramatic fashion. Jackie Burkhart, can we get a mini booth cam so we can judge the dance moves? My money is on Jamie. It's probably a safe bet, Jackie.
Big fan of Jackie, one of the most fun
Same.
people in poker. Her and Angela Jordison, just an awesome pair.
Great crew.
I see your stack.
Wow, loves to hear that question. Doesn't love to see that fold. And Rampage,
no.
wow, has 2 kings. How? Rampage on the right end of a cooler just a bit earlier. Ace-king versus ace-queen, blind versus blind. Here, though, kings versus aces.
$425.
A small 3-bet to 425.
One saving grace is it is against the shorter stack, the only one at the table.
All right, man, you got enough camera time with the queens versus ace-king.
Maybe he's a Bears fan.
There's the jam, here's the snap call, and here we go. Kings versus aces. Lau looking to get back up to more than 3.6 million. Rampage looking to get us down to 12.
Unlucky.
Unlucky indeed. For now. Six, 3, 4, couple diamonds.
Oh, you're both diamonds.
I like a 5 of diamonds.
How about the
Oh
queen of
my.
diamonds? Still intriguing. And now Rampage calls for the 5 of diamonds, which we can see is in the muck, but that's okay. Looking for a diamond or a king. River card is the 5 of spades. Lau finds the dramatic double up.
That shirt's ridiculous. You can't smoke at the table.
15th through 13th all earn the same, almost 37K. Then it'll be a 10K pay jump from 13th to 12th.
It's a nice payday already,
Yes,
though. About
indeed.
11 buy-ins. Baldwin opens and Smith waking up in the small blind with queens. 30 bigs.
425.
425,000.
Goes with pretty small 3-bet. Out of position here.
That is a small 3-bet. Usually you see about 7 or 8x, sometimes even a little bit more. He goes for just about 5. That's more of like an in-position sizing. Do you read into this as Baldwin? I mean, you're getting laid a very good price in position. Maybe that overrules your feeling of, oh, this is a good hand.
Yeah, it's a great point. Also, we know that, and this is no insult, it's just the fact that Smith is a less experienced tournament player. Perhaps he would just make it somewhere around this amount with all of his hands.
Could be.
Is Baldy going to try to pounce?
It's definitely possible. This is a $3,500 buy-in, though. Like,
that's true.
You know, so it's like he's... Well, although they ran a ton of satellites to this, too,
right.
so... Oh, wow.
8-6-3 with 2 spades.
Action flop for Baldwin's hand. Smith is just 2 SPR.
$650.
Goes very large. 2/3 pot.
650 into about $1 million.
And this is where if you're Baldy, it doesn't matter how strong this all looks. You're just like thinking about Vegas and the effing Mirage.
At least one time extension will be owed.
All in.
And we're going to play a big one here, folks. As Baldwin does jam.
Smith with queens is just too good to fold. You're so high
Absolutely.
up. Perhaps a bit concerned he was being trapped.
A fair concern, but I still see
Oh,
no
yeah,
path
I'm never
to
folding
folding
in
queens.
my life. Yeah.
There's
Makes
the
the
call,
call.
and here we go. Smith with queens. Baldy the ace-9 suited. More than 5.2 million in the middle.
Huge pot.
Ace-10 spades.
Basically a flip.
There we go.
Turn card. 3 of diamonds. You see the outs for Baldwin on the top of your screen. River card is the deuce of spades.
Good game, man.
Baldy gets there to eliminate Andruw Smith. Joe says, love having PokerGo streams up during our home games. 9 of my friends are watching while playing.
Oh, that's cool.
I will say they're all calling strategy here. They are all punters. Well, good to have the punters tuned in.
That's a good home game to be in.
Yeah, really. Jack 6-3.
Sure, whiffing this flop is going to take a stab at it. Romero going nowhere with top pair. Romero, who dressed to match the trophies today.
Does Jack call? Turn 5 of clubs, no club in either player's hand. Time extension used by Romero for an additional 30 seconds to act.
Considering a lead out, this board is pretty nice for the big blind to defend range. He does just have top pair. Always a little odd when people burn time extensions on a turn with like so much action still to go. It's like, how does Shannon read into this?
Let's go check. River brings the king of clubs. Will the door be open? For sure here.
Not Romero's favorite card, and yeah, with Shannon just probably not trying to show down Queen 10 high. Oh, and he burns another time extension.
I think he got the check-in. It's an automatic voice on the iPad.
Would this be a credible?
We are back, as well as 4 players. Dylan Betances on top of the counts. Kevin Pillar, Eric Kratz, and Dexter Fowler behind. Only 4 players left. Are you surprised to see who we got?
I'm not.
This is exactly how you expected. Dylan, I think I did expect him to be on top. That said, he had a really rough start and wasn't playing super aggressive. It was kind of chill, so he recovered from that, and now he's exactly in the spot I expected him to be in, and I kind of think he'll close this one out.
You do?
Yeah, that'd be my pick. It's not exactly a long shot.
That's what he's supposed to do.
But, you know, blinds are high. Luck and volatility matter a lot at this point in the tournament. One bad hand could be the end.
And Kevin Pillar has proven to be better than I thought, aside from one rogue hand. And I would say daring, aggressive. It's not aggressive. He's in, right? He's in on a lot of hands. So if this run continues for him, I think he's got a shot.
I agree.
I would like to say that Kratz has a shot based on his skill and experience. He's just got a lot of room to make up here.
Yeah, dug a little bit of a hole.
I think we all agree Dexter Fowler looks likely to end up in 3rd or 4th here. I mean, he's had, I would say, a really good ability to hang around with the big boys, but he's just less experienced.
100%, you're right. But he's in it. If he flops top pair, he's just not going anywhere. So it's just a matter of if he flops that like this, he flops top pair with Queen Jack. His opponents don't have much. If you're just joining us, welcome. And we're here from the PokerGO studios, from the heart of the Las Vegas Strip.
Hey, when we played with him, it was the funniest.
Here with Foul Territory, BetMGM Poker, PokerGo, doing a special live stream of the Big League live game. These players are playing for $25,000, which they've all agreed that they will take and give to the charity of their choice, as well as that golden baseball helmet up on the top right of Dexter Fowler's head.
It's a beauty. I'm feeding off this energy right now. It's a loud, rowdy room.
It came back firing.
If you have a lot of chips, you don't go away.
He's the funniest manager
I just hate stacking these motherfuckers. I will have my shit like this.
He's so funny.
And
I would sit there and be like, hey, Bobby, man, I think we're getting squeezed out here, bro. He was like, really? He was like, all right, fuck this shit.
So you know he's getting kicked out.
Oh, he's going to get kicked out again, bro.
You said I think we're getting
squeezed. Every time, bro. Mattis used to do the same thing, too, bro. Mattis like, hey, I think they're squeezing us today. Yeah. He was like, really? He was like, okay, first call, back call. Oh, F you, blah, blah. You out. Me? I'm out.
He's classic, bro.
No,
But I like your point.
You gotta play it.
I like your point.
You gotta be able to play.
There's
But see,
no.
it was.
I'm not saying he's got to go deep.
No, but I'm
just
saying
saying
it
you
was
gotta play it.
scary for him to think like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He was like As soon as I put it out
I think the whole.
You didn't
I
even see
think
your card?
5-6 years ago, your point is valid, but it's the Wild Wild West now.
I don't even really care what that
Like,
was.
It's very, very wild.
How about
loyalty
this, the
should be a thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
No more.
You're leaving.
They saw it.
He's got a good reason. He's got a good
They
reason
saw
to leave.
it, yeah.
Right.
It's not his coach.
Yeah.
That he went
It don't
there.
matter if it was 4.
Did he fall in love with the
Fours, though, you
school?
at
Did he
least-
fall in love with the idea of playing for a coach? That's the
He
question.
fell in love. He fell in love.
It was heated.
Okay.
And then the school on top of it.
Combos going on here right now.
Yeah.
I lost it now. I was trying to pick up on it to
same.
tell everyone afterwards. So originally, Andruw Jones was talking about legendary longtime Braves manager Bobby Cox and how he would get kicked out of games. I think he has the all-time record for ejections for a manager, and I think he was alluding to some stories where they would go and entice him. Players, his players, would go, "Hey, Bobby, I think I'm getting squeezed. I think they're not calling the game fairly tonight." And he's like, "I'll take care of it." So that was good. Good stuff.
But
If he went for that coach and the coach didn't want to play him, I'm like, okay,
That's why I had the
committed. You
conversation
got to have
with him.
loyalty there. But
That's why I had the conversation with the coach.
and he also performed
He performed.
in the little amount of time he got. And would he?
This is where you go.
Was there players?
Fowler
in
loves
his
every
position
hand that he
weren't
plays.
performing? They just
Like,
said,
no
He's
matter
having
the
a blast.
result, he's just
Here's the
enjoying
thing.
himself.
I think he should have got
Got
it.
a great
and
smile.
he just turns the straight with the straight flush draw. The nuts, unbeatable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Low D. He was all over. The guy at second base, he had a great year too. You remember Low D?
big league
But
name.
every time you
Might
talk
put you,
about to the scouts,
That's why I go home,
they question Low D's bat when
I don't have
the high level pitching goes up.
Velocity. Yeah.
He's going to
Everything
show this
changes
one.
in his at bats. Now with that low level
That was
pitching,
better than
you can't get him out.
They had a
Murder a man.
He murder you.
But
Hey, you low key trying to.
no, but before I said it, this is where I go home
His numbers
because
was
because
none
you
anymore.
start chasing
Like
that
nothing.
shit, and it's like I
He
ain't
didn't
never
do
gonna get
anything.
it.
Well, he
But
had,
I
like,
think, but defensively, he
like,
got it.
You know, it
He
was.
had
got
it.
it.
Yeah. I knew.
So
I
It was
had
lovely
3-3.
after they put it. That
We
you think
just
second
thought
base,
that.
but
I just
before
thought
that
that
it
he
wasn't
could have got
lovely.
some midweek games.
Yeah,
That's why you always
That's when
want.
you go
That's
home,
why
though.
sometimes you want to see
When
that.
they
If it's
played
like that, like
these,
suited
what
connectors
they're-
or
something.
So we got two guys having a conversation about a poker hand and two about managers and baseball, and I'm really trying to keep track of both at the same time.
Same.
Not
I
easy.
think Chef is talking to Kevin Pillar about either his son or someone else playing college baseball and trying to get starts in midweek, which are the lesser opponents usually for a Division I school, right? If you're at a big school, you play. He mentioned Bethune-Cookman versus if you're at University of Florida, Florida State, Miami. I'm guessing because he's a Florida guy.
Yeah.
And they play Bethune-Cookman type schools, Florida Gulf Coast during the week. They play Florida State or division rival, whatever, or conference rival, I should say, in the weekend. I don't think Chef's son pitches, so it might not be him, but there's some type of college baseball playing time conversation in the midst of Fowler telling Betances he totally had him on that last hand while he was saying this might be my out.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
They just paid that softball girl.
Oh yeah, $6 figures.
Now they're talking NIL.
The soccer girl got
Pitcher, I don't know what we got $1 million.
The college sports scene is
No, she got paid.
Wild West right now with athletes getting paid.
And good for them.
I agree. I am the biggest proponent. I remember when I was in school calling games, I was like, these are the money makers. They don't make any money. What's the difference between this and the NFL? I was like, not much. Packed stadium, same ratings.
Yep.
Good for them.
They're adults.
You can get past the point
Yeah.
and still leave.
I'm old enough to remember athletes like I believe the name is Jeremy Bloom, who was a football player for Colorado and also I think was making money as I want to say a professional snowboarder, something along those lines, and had to quit I think football so that he could make money, even though he could have been able to play both. In today's world, you're not allowed to make money. Period. You weren't allowed to make that money like that as a college athlete back then.
Crazy.
Wild concept. I think even if you had a business, you couldn't run it because you could make a case that someone's giving you money for your business for you to play at that school.
My goodness.
How crazy is
You
that?
just cannot make money.
I just don't know about it. You know what
What do we got here?
Well, full house. Oh my gosh.
All I know is
That is the most unlikely run out because Kratz had the entire thing locked up, and now let's hope Betances realize what's happening. They're chopping.
He's showing he's a good player.
And they playing him at center.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
The board. We got
So
the
pause
board.
it so I can learn. And you think second base?
We have the board.
I think
They're both playing 4 10s and an ace.
I'm testing you there.
So what? Y'all split it? What about
That's the board. What
about
That's all I went all in. I'm like,
he's an athlete.
The card before, I had it.
yeah.
What I tell him is
That is so unlucky. There is literally one card in the deck that gives Betances the chop. Kratz had it locked up. Aces full, or 10s full of aces, full house. Only the 10 on the river, the last remaining 10, makes that hand a chop. Boom, comes out.
That's a
The
bummer.
card in the deck, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer for Kratz. I'd like to see him get involved here.
I would like to see from Kratz, like he had ace 6 on that hand and he just limped in for 40K. You got 5 big blinds. You have to win the tournament. Go all in. There are 60,000 chips in the pot every hand, so even if everybody folds, you're picking up 60K. Limping in with ace 6 lets the other players see a free flop. It's hard to win when they're seeing free hands and they can have anything. So at this point with the blinds this big and the stacks this short, I want to see Kratz specifically, who is one of the better players at the table, be a little more aggressive to give himself a better chance to pick up chips.
I wonder if he feels like he's not in a good position here as the low end of the totem pole right now and that he can't be himself.
Maybe, but like I said, it's first place or nothing. Doesn't matter if you bust right now or make it all the way to second place. Got to take some chances.
This style's been fun because we get to see so many hands play out versus what I watch sometimes.
Yeah, just all ins every hand.
Yeah.
It's much less. This is much more interesting as far as how players handle their certain runouts, but it's just so random. Anybody can have any 2 cards. Betances, though, he's doing exactly that. Like, he's raising the pot, gets Kratz to fold, wins it without having to win the hand or make the best hand.
Collect 60K, right?
Yep. Every time you do that.
Everybody just fucking.
I got good jumps.
I'd have to ask him.
So you knew how to play something.
We're putting
Yeah, that motherfucker
could play. Yeah, I know he can play.
Oh, yeah.
I was a football player then.
Okay.
I played
But
last year. I was
Andruw
playing.
and Wong are hanging out. And Sheffield just hanging out. These 3 all been eliminated earlier, but just hanging out with their boys. AJ, on the other hand, no sight.
No.
He
AJ, I
bounced.
think, actually took his little break. I actually do know. I mean, I've got all the intel on his schedule. He's got a little meeting tonight. So he's got a business meeting.
Wow,
Probably
insider information.
That's right. So that could be what's going on right now. He's a busy man.
And he was a fan favorite. So
my goodness.
There's some deep discussions going on.
Team and say, okay, if y'all love this guy, bring him back. I'll go to the outfield. That's what they did. And I got a chance to work with him. From me to you, tossing me balls, and he told me, catch the ball with your face. Like, go after the ball like your face. And then I did that, and I had to learn it. I had a 99 arm.
Yeah, you did.
You know?
Damn right.
Yeah, I had a 99 arm. So I was like, I didn't care about the position at that point.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Gary Sheffield was a powerful baseball player. Power, bat, power, arm. He's talking about when he transitioned to the outfield.
Right number to get you out the game.
He look at your shit. He look at your pot. He be like,
a 7 and a.
I wish you could ride your pot. He be like, you look at your pot.
I had a pair, but like, it was a low pair.
You almost have to put
It was a low pair, so if it was a king, fuck.
Doing all right? Healthy now?
Olivia Carlin in the chat says, this just makes me want to play more poker.
That motherfucker crazy.
That's how I'm feeling too. Just makes you want to get out there on the fields.
It makes me want to be involved in a tournament like this or a match like this. Yeah, a night like this with your friends where you're in a really souped up
just all
studio, custom felled. Drinks are flowing. It's a good time.
I'm here.
Sheffield's talking about his swing here.
I don't even have to work. I just ground up. Bam. So now we got to get get him away from this, booty going this way, and then trying to go back and hit this way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm telling you, though, they got so many coaches telling them so much crazy.
Hey, how many hitting coaches has he got on his minor league team?
Bro,
How many hitting
Here's a crazy thing.
They're trying to tell him to go up.
Yeah.
I say, bro, go back where you told me I want to hit back. This motherfucker, when he was fucking,
they won.
When he was for being skinny.
I had like an ace queen.
Like skinny,
like
not
you was.
You had like us.
Yeah.
Ace 7.
Hit homers.
Yeah.
Up
I had
You
ace.
have to.
Yeah.
He was backspinning the ball.
I didn't even
so
think
much.
you had an ace.
He was like this.
Ace 7.
That right
down,
there.
like
That's
this.
why I did it. I thought you had one.
They go like put the ball.
I
Put the
never
ball
knew
in.
the feeling, but when you get a homer to the opposite field, the game's so much easier.
Yes, it is.
Bro,
The only way I felt like I get
down
a homer
to it.
is I had to pull it, so I had to cheat.
You're
But
down
if I
to
knew
it.
I could hit the ball to right center,
Yeah.
I would have been a way better hitter.
Yeah.
Way better.
You gotta go down to it, bro.
I mean, he says Cheat, he has to catch the ball in a certain spot to be able to pull it.
10 home runs, Oppo. The guarantee
Could be a fraction of a second faster because you have to get a little ahead of it to pull
Yeah.
it, right?
And that was guaranteed.
It's guaranteed.
You can't let it travel as much to go
Am I good?
to the other part of the baseball field. Kevin Pillar didn't have all fields power. I think Andruw is talking about his son Drew. I didn't catch the beginning of the combo, but how there are a billion coaches gets complicated.
Tell him about the year we had
Betances
when we
goes
played
all in
together.
to stop you there.
Yeah.
Pilar has King Jack suited in the big blind.
Do it.
They're deep in combo and he just sneaks an all in.
Like 30.
This is a game-changing pot for sure. Pilar could be out right now after being our chip leader for a large portion of the day.
It's a major advantage here for Betances.
Skipper wanted to go play. He wanted to go play.
I went for action.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna take out my glass for this so I can see this.
Maybe you should have done that earlier, Fowler, to be able to see the cards.
Wow.
Players aligned. Players aligned.
No.
Kratz really wants King Jack to win because he wants to get Betances out of here.
I love the camera angle right now, too,
They
with
say people from Human Trap.
Kratz and Dellin.
They ain't giving out. Hey,
Everybody got, they say okay.
Hey, they
Oh,
say those.
King.
They say. Oh, heart. No heart. Oh.
Okay, looking safe, but there are some chop. A 4 would give him a chop.
Hey, Dex, they say those people too.
Oh, now there's hearts. Flush draw on top of it, so the Jack of Hearts is no good.
Jack Harlow. Got
I'll
options.
take a heart.
Need a jack.
Jack Harlow. Nope.
King, Queen plays. Jack Harlow.
That's how it works.
Ain't nobody know.
And Pilar goes from chip leader for most of the day to out in 4th place. His run is over. I thought he did very well. Held his own, but battling with Betances right on your right is not a winning combination for most of these guys.
Yeah, he went all in on a
Very
decent
reasonable.
hand,
Yeah,
right?
King Jack of Diamonds for that amount of chips, 11 big blinds, perfectly reasonable. And when you have a player as good as Betances, you kind of want to take those high volatility spots because you need luck to beat him. So I might as well try to get it all at once and take a large portion of the chips. But unfortunately, he was dominated there.
Ace wins there, you know. I didn't get nothing.
You can make a case that was the game, right? It's going to take a lot here.
Looks very likely that Betances will close this out. It's going to take a lot of luck for Kratz or Fowler to pull it off.
Against an experienced player.
Exactly.
On top of that.
Pretty much every pot they play from here on out can very easily be all
On the
in.
big blind, you just have to.
So I gotta get 8.
Who gets the best cards?
I put them all in.
And more.
They called it, yeah.
They both have. You had.
He had King, Queen, I had King Jack.
8 is the minimum?
Suited. We
40. 40. 8 chips. So 40. So you call. Call.
The minimum.
He's at 8 chips. I like. That's how I count.
Pilar, good run in 4th place. He played, apparently, he's just an all-around athlete, not just baseball.
He was talking about football. He is an incredible athlete. If you type in Kevin Pilar highlights or outfield catches, whatever, I mean, they called him Superman for years in Toronto.
Wow.
The way that he patrolled center field. He was a highlight machine.
I didn't even see she threw the shit down.
Also, he apparently played offense, defense, and special teams on his football team, and point guard on the basketball team, and earned first team all-league honors in all of the sports.
I don't doubt it. He is a sick athlete.
I can't even fathom. I mean, I debuted at 24 out of college, and I thought I was young. That's a good call. 21. But like that's the expectation.
He lost like a year and a half.
But you're supposed to like expectations. You're supposed to debut.
Andrew's talking about his kid Drew, who was a high first-round pick.
I mean, I didn't have anything.
If you had a club, you might win.
If you have a good,
Dex, how old were you when you debuted?
20. I just turned 22.
I had to run on the field.
You were 18 years old.
Right out of high school.
18 when you.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
hold on. You got drafted out of high school. You went to where?
Helena, Montana. I can't.
What level was that?
15.
Rookie ball.
Rookie ball.
And then I went to big league camp.
Wait, okay, so you played 1 year like rookie ball.
Yeah, and
then you went to big league camp.
Big league camp and led in triple crown.
I'm pretty good at math.
In
Come on, ain't nobody keeping that easy. Numbers.
It made the team.
No. Chef. They sent me all the way back to double A.
Chef.
You went from rookie to double A?
Yeah, they sent me all the way back down. I was so
Wait,
pissed.
so you went from rookie ball to big league camp?
Yeah.
Triple crown in spring training.
Yeah.
That's
They sent you to double A.
They sent me to A ball. And I drove in 105.
They say you got options.
And so you were what, 18?
Said you got options. You didn't have no options.
Birthday.
Okay.
He was trying to finish.
You got drafted at how old? 17?
Yeah, I was 17.
You went
I was
17?
still 16, but I
Oh,
was
I thought
17.
you said he was in the big league.
Later on when I got drafted. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I go to A ball. I drive in 105.
What is it?
And then I went to double A. I went back to big league camp, led in triple crown again. They sent me all the way back to double A. So I was I was pissed at that point. So now,
18 at that point.
I was 18. So now I go there. I hit 25 home runs the first half.
Wait, hold on. Time out. 25 in the first half. In the minors. In the minors.
Southern League?
In the minors.
El Paso.
Hey, these guys hit 25
now
now in a year.
Wait. Oh, right away. No, they're in the big league. They're in the big league.
Put me in triple A that same year. I hit another 24.
Stop. You have 49 dingers in the bushes.
I think I hit like 44. So
Man, I got baseball references. How much you been drinking?
49? No,
44 in double A, triple A?
Yeah, then they told
you
me
they weren't calling
me up. So I said, I'm going to winter ball. They didn't want me to go. So I said, I'm going anyway.
We go to winter ball.
So they called, I was going to Dominican.
That's why you went to
Y'all can't stop.
So I was like, well, you don't want me going, you got to call me up. So they called me up. So the first day, Dale Swain breaks his leg. And I had to go on the field. First at bat, home run. And they called it foul.
Dude, I'm out like.
They called it foul. So they didn't have replay.
Dunce's all in
So
there, just
now I go 12 at bats
living
without
in
a hit.
this
And then that's
commentary
when I played
silence. When you
Mark
have Gary
Rice. I went
Sheffield
4 for 5
talking
him in
about the
spring
way he
training.
came up,
Took him deep
what
first
could I
base.
offer?
That's when my career took off.
This is cool.
I was hitting ninth. I drove it. I hit 250, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Hit
They had you hitting ninth.
Yes.
I started my career
That's the
over
difference
17.
between.
Like, oh, yeah.
You had 44 homers in the bushes, and they called you up at 10.
Yes. And then I drove in 20 runs in 30 games. And they hit ninth. And then all of a sudden, the next year I come back, they telling me I got to move to third for Bill Spires. I said, no, I'm not. And that's when the bad reputation started, because I wasn't having it.
How much is it?
I wasn't moving for him.
Because you had a voice?
Well, I didn't know if I had a voice or not. I just wasn't letting him play over me. That's just wasn't gonna happen. Like,
How'd Bill Spires' career?
You think you would have? You think you would have been?
How'd Bill Spires' career turn out?
35 lifetime home runs. And that's what I'm saying.
Season?
Hey, his career.
Don't say here. One season.
This is what we're arguing about here. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm not kidding.
Half season.
How different would it have been if you had
Hey, Andrew, where were you at 19?
3 years?
I'm not kidding you, bro. That's the first
career.
Kratz has less than 2 big blinds in his stack, and he just checked this one back. See, I would like to see him go all in with his hand with the king high. Now he does got it locked up now.
He's waiting. See if he can pull anything from this hand.
He was hitting the ball so hard. He buckled up. Oh my God.
He did the all-in side face to me. That means he's definitely got something like, all in.
Whatever.
Chef.
I was hitting like
You
370 down there. And
They
then
never called you up?
You play
I went to
short.
him, like, hey, what's
you
the
play
deal?
short.
And no one,
you stick
other
it
team.
short.
So I was talking to
You
Detroit.
think your
they were
body
like, yeah,
stays
you know, we're
together?
in. Opted out.
Yes, because I learned.
Frankie Baseball says that Gary needs to be a permanent FT contributor.
Like, except Gary for this year.
He was good today. We kept him
I talked
for
to,
2 segments,
And I
which
flying
is
down the first base line, I blow a tire.
high regard for our show.
I'm like,
There are very
I've been,
few
like,
that
thinking
stick
about
around
what I
for
wanna
2
do,
segments.
Like retirement stuff.
Could not stop the combo, but we do have TV commercial
Some of the
breaks.
stuff with PA, like I want to like be involved in, because I think
At 20.
guys like me,
At
you,
20. But
That's
what,
all, yeah, correct.
but what does
Because, like,
nutrition look like?
I talked to
Well,
Tony
I
like
didn't
right
eat
before I got
bread.
released. We were in New York, then we went
I
to
didn't
Chicago.
eat. I never ate a steak
And I was
till
like
I was
telling
30.
him like, why the fuck?
I was all
I played
seafood.
10 years in the big leagues. Like, why do
All-
I have to
all
go to
seafood.
spring training? I have to assume all the risk.
Yeah. And
I got to
my
pay for my
sleep,
house
my
stay. I got to
rest,
pay for all this stuff.
and I
Then I
train
make
in
the
the
team.
before the game.
Then I'm on a
Oh,
tryout. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then
Just
they're
hanging
gonna
out,
lose.
looking at other
That's what
people's
we're gonna do
cards,
before,
sipping
like,
wine.
See, if you got a good hand,
See, that was the reason why I
like,
stopped
to raise
playing.
it up.
I was like, bro, I know
Maybe
they're
I
gonna
don't
fuck with me. Like,
I get like
flop.
the crazy thing is like the year I was with the Mets.
Hey, don't spill on my
with the
table.
Mets,
This is
I
clubhouse
still-
talk.
I was a
Yeah.
part-time player. I had, like,
I need
300
this
bats,
table
but I
at
hit
the
like
crib.
15 homers, throwing like 45 runs and like 300
You
bats.
come over.
So like over a
You told
course
him
of
to put this at your
a
house?
full season, if I'm playing, I'm
This
having
is?
90 runs, right?
This
You
is
got a
your
table? You
Minor
got a
league deal
table
the
like
next
this?
year. I'm like,
No, I told him. I said I want this.
I'm a
They
part-time
made it-
player. Like,
And they going to do it?
They made it.
it's pretty good.
Oh,
You know,
Fowler
300
makes the
bats and
straight
running
on the river.
That's so hard to do.
You know, it's
That's
hard
hard,
to do.
bro.
Kratz lets him get there.
That's hard.
And then I got hurt with the Dodgers, and I get like the next year I signed a minor league deal.
40.
And then I play with Atlanta.
50.
I got 200 bats
Nice bet.
with Atlanta. I play good defense.
I don't even know how much I
hit
bet.
10 homers. I just made 30
minimum.
runs. And it's minor league by
I had to bet 50 minimum.
And I
That
got to
was-
assume
what
all
was
the
that,
risk.
50?
Every
Yeah.
year I go into camp, I got to like,
You're doing good, though.
you know,
It's
talk
on-
about
it's on
like,
you.
You talk about like wasted
Smart
hits in
move.
spring training. No, I got to.
Yep, got to get out of there. Shows the
Even
straight.
if I'm performing, they still get rid of you.
That was the
So
most
if
pressure.
you had
That's
a
like my
I had a
passion is
straight.
like,
If you had a straight,
how do we create
and you're
like
drawing,
a, like in the
meaning like
NBA?
you
How do we
think
create like
a straight
veteran
can come,
minimum?
like you need one
Like,
card
hey,
for a straight,
$2 million,
flush.
$3 million. We want.
put something out there.
Because you know how hard. I know
Because then
how
I'll be
hard it
like,
is.
ooh,
my last
like I don't
4
think
years
you
of my
got
career, I
something
came
where I
off the
can
bench.
like,
That shit's hard.
I'll add to it and add to
Ninth
the pot.
inning,
If
hey,
you
haters
wait
on the
till
mound,
the
you're
card
leading off.
hits,
It's like, okay.
like I see somebody could have
It
a
takes
straight
a
out
certain
there.
type of person to understand, like,
You know
hey,
what
I'm
I mean?
gonna fail a lot.
You might not hit it
The only
every
times I
time,
sat on the dugout,
but you
in
sure as hell
Atlanta,
ain't
and
gonna
I
get me
look
to
at
pay
the iPad and I'd
anything
be like, my last
if
hit
I
was a
see
month
what's
ago,
out there.
I'm
'cause
probability
12 pinch
driven.
hits in the month. That's the only at bats I get.
Probability driven?
That's what they
You
did.
can't have a,
You
can't
weren't probability
do
driven on that
No,
hand.
but that's what they did to Noah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the
Soon as they put him
probability,
in the game,
the
first at bat,
probability of
base
that
hit.
card, one card coming
Then
out
he
is
gets
not.
in,
It wasn't
3
good.
days
I had
later,
10 and a 4.
base hit. No,
Yeah,
he
but you
made an
just
out.
needed
He
one
got
card.
an RBI.
Right, but the
Then,
probability is
like,
not good
two
that one card was
at-bats
going.
after that.
That's
he
luck.
drove in
But
2
you-
more.
High level
Then he got
coaching,
another hit.
poker coaching here.
And then they start moving that bats. Like
I do like
3
hearing
a month.
people's or players'
this.
explanations for the
Next thing
reasons
you know,
that they
he
do
got 8
things.
at-bats.
And he's
I
not
thought that
wrong.
was like, I mean, I didn't play at that level.
Fowler says I'm
but
probability
I thought
driven.
that
It
was
probably
cool
wasn't going to come out, so why should I put chips in the pot? The
Yeah,
one
that's
thing
what I
he's
like.
forgetting is your opponent can fold.
And if they
But if
perform
you
and
don't
you,
bet,
like,
they
throw
can't
'em
fold.
in a-
So
You're supposed to
you
win.
give yourself
You're
multiple
supposed
ways
to
to win the pot.
Oh, sorry.
Enough so that your depth can beat your midweek games.
Man, Betances is just
Hey,
gobbling up the remains.
Stacks on stacks.
It's inevitable, folks.
Boy,
That's why I'm dialed in on this Pilar combo.
Yeah.
He's essentially documenting the end of his career and how difficult it is for veterans at the end to stick around in the sport, even if they do deserve to have a spot on the team. It's become a young man's game, sometimes for financial reasons, because rookies, frankly, are much cheaper than having someone like Pilar, and most front offices are run very analytically driven these days, if not all, and they're saying the total value of Pilar is so close to the total value of this rookie who costs a third of the price. And that's how they do some of the math, and Pilar's counter is, but they're not as good as me. They don't know how to handle adversity as much. Often they're not ready.
Yeah.
paraphrasing a little based on what he's talking about, but even being at the end of a bench where a rookie can't do that, and Pilar is okay with not getting as much playing time or at bats. It's very interesting.
Or intangibles that don't go into that calculation.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And you don't need it everywhere, but you need some of it, especially in some of those roles where you're not going to be playing every day. You need to just run in and play defense for a few innings. It's challenging. And it can stunt the growth of a young player. So that's what happens.
Fowler all in and at risk against chip leader Dylan Betances. 10-8 suited versus king-queen, kind of a 60-39 situation here. Fowler wins this 4 out of 10 times.
Come out hearts, because I was going to go all in until he went all in.
But needs this one, otherwise he will exit in 3rd place. Can he find it? Top pair for Dylan Betances, but Fowler does make a double gutter, so any jack, any 7 on both ends of his gut shot will give him a straight.
That's why I like the Texas lucky today. But that's why I like the Texas.
Remember, worthwhile.
I like that.
Spade cuts down on his outs because Betances has the queen of spades, so now only 6 of those cards will give him a winner. Shown at the top left, looking for a jack or a 7 still. That can't be a spade. An 8, so close, but it won't do it. And we say goodbye to Dexter Fowler.
Right there, right?
Yeah, but by the cutups.
And you wanted him to go to.
No, but I'm saying I was supposed like when you went all in.
He was in
Little post-game analysis.
He said, should I have called there?
I think it was 8th round.
Well, Betances has 1.52 million, while Kratz has 80,000.
He was like, no.
And yet, we head to heads-up play. You know, you double that 6-7 times in a row, and
This is not
get interesting.
Hey, let's be real. I'm a realist. This is not the heads up that we anticipated. These are the best 2 players
What they was telling him, though,
of the 8 in my mind.
Agreed.
But it is a mismatch.
Yeah, right now an uphill battle, whereas Betances looks to be in prime shape to settle this one shortly. But we'll see. Cards might have other plans. We're going to take a short break, set up for the heads-up battle, get this table all prepped, maybe bring out that golden helmet. We'll see. Come back and watch how this one shapes up. It's not over yet. Betances looks to close it out. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Story, would you expect Shannon to be betting turns?
That's a good point. It's a good point.
There are some club draws I wouldn't want to barrel through. Like if you happen to have a pair with yours, if you have a 6 in a big club, you may just try to show down. Then, oh, good, I got there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a narrow range though. Of hands.
Shore will come after it here. Can Romero find a call? Just 1 pair.
Another time extension. A lot to consider here. Basically, if he makes the call and he's wrong, he kind of is drawn back to those bottom stacks. Not like anyone is short, though.
True.
But right now, he's sitting pretty firmly in 3rd place. Losing chips is very costly at this point in the tournament, but staring right at Shannon.
And letting it go. Shannon Shore gets one through here.
Showing it. Interesting.
It's crazy. Well, maybe this is the beginning, Jamie.
Or the
Okay,
dealer
maybe
like
not.
forgot to shuffle the deck.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, I mean,
Okay.
you're asking for big hands, and we see Westmoreland open with jacks, and we see Baldy look down at 2 kings in the small blind.
If Luke has a premium too, I'm gonna start betting the lottery.
This is getting weird.
1.6.
He makes it 1.6. Oh.
Darn. Well, good news, I'm not a witch.
Still debatable, perhaps.
Westmoreland, not a comfy spot to be in with pocket jacks. Just intense ICM pressure.
Starting the
he's
hand
just
with
gonna-
30 bigs.
I would assume he just makes the call here. He's going to be in position. But yeah, 30-ish big blinds to start. I mean, you can't fault him if he wants to just jam these either, can you?
I'm on.
And does jam. Baldy will snap it off, and here we go for a pot worth $15.5 million in chips. 2 jacks versus 2 kings.
Hate jacks. Westmoreland says all in for 7.5, but he does have the covering stack, right? Correct? Or no?
No, I think Baldy
Okay.
covers. Ace
Oh
Jack
my God.
5! Now we saw a king already in the muck. So we know there's only 1 king remaining. It does not come on the turn. Baldy will need it on the river, or else he's down to less than 3 big blinds. River card is a 9.
I think I covered.
Oh, do you?
Wow, that's
Oh.
really sick.
To just a min raise, I like to defend a hand like 10-6 suited from the big.
Welcome's queen 8-7 with 1 club.
Ace king just being done dirty at this table. I feel like it bricks everything.
Keeps missing. Red ace king 3-handed on the queen 8-7. Doesn't look terrific.
Wow, I'm surprised actually.
Same here.
3-handed
3 ways
especially.
I think you want to
It's
fire.
such a vulnerable hand.
275.
Yes, he does.
Cool.
Makes the call. Brings another 7.
650,000.
Have all the 7 6s, 6 5s, and he's going to fire here.
I'm leaning towards him making this call. I don't think you could play the hand this passively and then make a hero fold. And yes, there's definitely 7s, yeah. In the
Does
range
make the
of
call. It
Rodriguez.
is the correct call.
Big pot for Hoofer, and he's right up there with the chip leaders now.
All in.
And that it does. Hoofer looks at a king and a deuce.
Doesn't love it.
But you said it. The king is good enough. And here we go. Hoofer all in and at risk again. This time with king deuce.
4, king 2.
Against Joey Weissman's ace 4.
King 2.
Oh.
7-6 deuce. Hoofer
Poker
takes the
gods
lead.
are listening.
Weissman looking for an ace or a 4. Also has backdoor straight draws. Just cannot get rid of Hoofer.
It's not gonna
The
work.
turn is a queen. River card, it's an ace!
You see? GG, bro. Right on.
Weissman has another winning moment.
I kind of felt it, like when he said that, because I thought about it as well. And then he said very great side.
Oh my, the aces again for Taff. Makes it 900K veneer in there with the 5-3. Just flop a 5, along with backdoor straight draws. Ace is still best for Taff.
Goes about half pot.
Veneer. Check calls. Turn brings a king.
$3 million.
Taft betting $3 million. Setting up about a 40%-ish pot jam on the river.
This $3 million represents a huge portion of Veneer's current stack. Just got third pair.
Oh, and Veneer jams! Taft makes the call, and here we go. Leo Taft, one card away from the title. Veneer needing a 5 or a 3. The backpack is on for Taft. A safe river will deliver him the championship.
Wow.
Wire to wire for Leo Taft.
Another nice hand for Dan on the button.
Shannon's sizing, 1.15.
Shannon's an influencer.
He is indeed. S'more also goes 1.15, and Shore has ace queen. Of about 40 bigs. A 3-bet to 4.1 million.
Call.
We're not going anywhere with the Queen Jack. On the button, 8.7 million already in this pot. And it comes Jack 10-8. More out flop Shore. Does have that two-way straight draw.
All in.
And Shore jams. Moore asks for a count. We could be playing for it all here. Not a 2x pot jam.
Yeah, she's going to say 2 times the pot.
15.
We're back, and there's only 2 players left in the fight for this thing, but it is a David versus Goliath sort of battle. Dylan Betances versus Eric Kratz, 30 big blinds to 1.6. What kind of odds would you give the underdog here?
I'm prepared, TJ. So I put this in the chat.
Oh, did you?
The 2004 Boston Red Sox were trailing the New York Yankees in the ALCS 3-0. There are documentaries, there are movies, there's all kinds of content out there about their epic comeback. That's what we're looking at here.
Okay.
It had never been done before that, and it has never been done since.
Okay. This feels like that type of situation.
That's what's needed. You need a crazy Dave Roberts stolen base and Big Papi being the most clutch player.
He went all in blind, which is you have to do, which is all your chips are in the middle now. Oh, and he's dominated right from the start. Oh, no.
This could be done in one hand,
This could
huh?
be the one.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Honestly,
I need a 4.
I need a 4. Said no one ever.
There's a possibility for chop here. It's possible. You see the equities on the side.
I don't have a straight. 2 4s. Only chance I got is if I get a straight. No. If I get 4. You got a 4.
Yeah, I would have loved to see a Kratz Betances heads up, even with, you know, some equity.
That's a great flop for him, actually. A lot of possibilities of chop here. 40% of the time they split this pot. That's not good.
I'll take a 7.
Now I need a 4. The only one I got is a 4.
Could be A deuce
Who wins right
as
now?
well, or 6
No,
for
a
that
6
matter.
would win.
Dell's got it.
Alright,
No,
go
6
for it.
wouldn't win.
King.
Aces
He
and
got
6
7.
aces
King.
gonna win.
King.
Ooh.
That's not going to
Dang.
do it though. 7 high is our winning hand, Scott. Typical of the entertaining night that we had tonight.
Right after the break, TJ, it's a done deal.
There's Alex Lovelace, producer on the left, shooting some footage for Poker at Work.
Yo,
Dylan Baton says the odds-on favorite from the start comes start to finish and closes it out. Gets his revenge from the Atlantic City disaster when he lost to AJ
Who wants a
Pierzynski.
bracelet when you got a helmet?
That's the line of the day. Who wants a bracelet when you got a helmet?
He's gonna crown the winner here.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
How often in poker tournaments do you see all the losers hanging out, drinking wine, telling stories?
This is cool.
You watch you live?
Yeah, I can.
The check's coming out.
You know what? You know what? Be cool.
Hold on.
I couldn't care less.
She wasn't watching. She's like, you ain't in the big leagues no more.
$25,000 given to Dylan Betances, and he's already committed to giving that to a charity of his choice.
That's really cool. Congratulations, Dylan.
Half of BetMGM.
Thank you.
Wait, how'd you already write that check up?
We knew he was going to win a while ago.
You can't even spell his name.
I would say at the break it was pretty safe.
Getting trolled here from BetMGM ownership. Well done, Dylan Betances. He did what he was supposed to do. Skill, even in this format, took him all the way to the top.
Crown that man. Put that thing on that dome. It'll fit.
There's
Give
our
us something.
leaderboard. Dylan Betances, congratulations. First place, $25K, and he gets to rub it in all of their faces until the next one.
And you can catch him tomorrow, too, as he'll be in action. And Dylan Betances is the baseball player you can't miss. Why? Because he's 6'8".
Well, it's been a pleasure being here with you from the PokerGO studios. Thanks for having us. Thanks for watching along. Congratulations to Dylan Betances for closing it out. My name is TJ Reed here with Scott Braun. Scott, thanks for being here, and thanks for co-commentating with me.
TJ, this was awesome. Thank you so much. Dylan, put that thing on your head.